I got my fingers in your bill. You didn't expect that on fish hooking? No, we're not. This is Satan. I'm here. No, we're not. Woo! Oh no, it's Helltown Radio. Your fine friends that got bats inside the belfry. You didn't expect that word, did you? Belfry, 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 belfry. Oh no, this is a psyop. You didn't expect that either. Guess what? We're gonna smuggle down inside your psychosis. You're not gonna expect this, but you're gonna go see lots of movies involving people getting themselves chopped in the butt with goddamn chainsaws. Guess that's right, Terrifier 3. Guess what? The guy got flip-flop. You'll find out what that means and more this week on Helltown Radio. The Halloween Spooktacular.
Boo.
That was scary. I'm so scared right now.
Yeah, that wasn't as funny. That was scary.
Super scary.
Titillatingly scary.
Introduce yourselves.
I'm Lita. I'm here, part of the show, and I also do art stuff. And I feel like we do this every week, and I still don't really have a lot to say except for that. I'm Lita.
You're Lita. You're an artist.
Yes.
You have a whole.
Oh yeah, I do. I have a page that you can look at. I usually plug that at the end, but it looks like George is insisting that I do it right now. So go find me on Instagram. That's a little on loan. That's my regular page, or you can look at my art portfolio. That's that is odd all _ Check out my weird stuff. I'm gonna be making Christmas ornaments out of skulls this year, so keep your eyes peeled for that.
Nice. What kind of skulls we talking?
Mink and rabbits.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, I was hoping there'd be reindeer.
No, those are giant ass ornaments then.
I know, it'd be awesome. It'd be like remember Dalsum from Street Fighter? He had the skull necklace.
Yeah. I could probably do toppers with deer heads.
Yeah, or power bottomers. Power bottomer. Speaking of power bottoms, my name is Chris K. Kenworthy, and I'm just kidding. I've yet to power bottom. It's a fantasy I have, but I'm still
loser.
Hey man, listen, I'm upset that Diddy is incarcerated because if I was gonna do it, it would definitely be to freak off. But
you ain't it unless you can gape it.
Hey.
Anyways,
man, holy smokes! This is a family show, George. Just kidding. I think we're actually pretty family friendly, minus 95% of the show, but it's a good time nonetheless. Yeah, and with us tonight we have our good friend and return guest, Megan The Mortician Haas. How are you today, Megan?
I'm great. I just want everybody to know I don't refer to myself as that.
She does. She doesn't in public. When she's singing in the shower, she does.
Oh, no.
No.
It's like a super villain.
Funeral director and embalmer.
You're not
I feel like
Megan
mortician.
The Mortician.
No, because mortician, people think you just embalm. I don't just embalm. I'm a funeral director too. I do both.
You should just show up with raccoon eyes all the time and be like, "Yes, I'm here." I would.
I'm not really into the goth stuff, believe it or not. Not in the funeral home. I mean, think about it. If we look like this and you came in the funeral home, you'd probably be like, yeah, no.
No, I want more.
I think I'm gonna pick
want my mortician to look like the tall man from Phantasm. I want him to be extra spooky and have little Ewoks that walk around and fuck with me.
Well, times are changing.
The times they are changing.
Oh yeah. But I guess I was introducing myself.
Yeah, well, I mean,
that's about it.
That's about it. So but Megan the Mortician sounds way better than if we say the embalmer and funeral director.
Funeral bitch.
The funeral bitch. All right, well, that's when you can plug that.
Funeral bitch.
The funeral bitch. That's where you'll find Megan on her Instagram.
I actually changed my handle. You can't, but I might change it back.
Megan, so she is a local resident and a local celebrity amongst much law enforcement. Dude, I'm just kidding.
I had court this morning.
Ooh, yeah. How'd it go?
It actually was fine.
Yeah.
Shout out to Officer Burner.
Yo, what's up, Bernie? How you been, baby? Yo, did he use the furry cuffs on you?
I didn't even look his way. I was so scared.
LOL.
I cried.
Oh man. Yeah, man. So, you know what's fun about Megan is she's actually also a recent celebrity that she was in Northern Virginia Daily and the Royal Examiner. where they had Megan had won a raffle with the Sons of the Confederacy. Where the Sons of
You know what?
No way.
Yes way. Yes fucking way.
She did. Yeah.
I won a black powder rifle. I only paid $20.
Did you take it?
Hell yeah, I took it.
I have
Okay.
questions
Back of my
about.
car.
So the daughters of the Confederacy?
No,
or the
no.
sons?
It's the son. It's the it's those
There's
guys.
no such thing as women.
We all produced from butts. It was,
so-
there was no women in
so-
the Civil War.
No,
It was all butt
actually,
stuff.
listen. So I ended up getting the raffle because they were all dressed up or whatever, and I saw it was a gun raffle. I'd already entered one prior to that, the Festival of Leaves, and the guy was telling me what they raise money for, and it's the Confederate cemeteries in the local area. So of course, because of my job, I thought that was super interesting. I'm like, well, where the hell are all those cemeteries at? And he actually took me over to the little museum across the street, and they showed me a map of all the little Confederate cemeteries, which probably not cool to me all, but it was pretty cool to me.
That's actually
You know who's not here?
well. Who that?
My people.
Well,
We have
No,
our
but-
own cemeteries.
man, there was that. Well, there were. I think there was a fair amount of people of color in the Civil War on the Confederacy, but that's a whole different historical conversation for
Yeah,
another time.
mine wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, my specialty is death, so.
When I lived in Leesburg, that was like when you go around some of like Balls Bluff and some of the stuff. When you were out in the woods, you'd find these like cemeteries.
Yeah.
In the woods, it was really interesting. I never saw any ghosts, unfortunately. I tried. I brought a Ouija board with me, sacrificed a couple chickens.
I've never used a Ouija board.
No. So did you go to any of these? Have you been to any of the?
I haven't. I know where the one is on Skyline Drive. It's like Fox. I don't know. It's right across from Dickey's Ridge. You can walk down to it. But no, I haven't been. But I do have a picture of the map. So then I spent the $20. That's how I won the fucking gun. Okay, guys.
So you won it. So you won it, and I think that it's awesome that the newspaper made an announcement. Did you feel? Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you feel any like? When you were out in public,
be honest,
people were like, "Hey,
no,
are
no,
you
no,
the
no.
rifle girl?"
Dude, no. Actually, I didn't know it was in there until you sent me the screenshot because I don't have Facebook.
I know.
I mean,
it
did
was-
you not know they took a picture?
No, they took a picture. Yeah.
I think it's the second most terrifying headline I've read in Northern Virginia Daily ever. Megan Haas is armed. I think it was more of a warning than an announcement. They're just like, "Yo, you done it wrong. Hope you can run fast."
Good. Yeah.
I knew you were. I knew you were gonna like that
I can
joke.
shoot.
I knew.
Now,
you were
I don't
gonna-
know. I don't know how to use the black powder rifle though. That shit's a little crazy. But I might sell it and get what I really want. So.
And then she'll get one that she can really get you guys with. But
I can. Don't underestimate me.
No, we shall not. We will. Not only can she create the body, she can also get rid of the body.
Yeah.
Which is pretty wild. So like, what's a day like at work? Like, I mean, I know when I go to.
I forgot I'm the guest.
Like,
I
what am
thought I was just hanging out.
Yeah. At work? Well,
Yeah,
today was slow, which is, sometimes there's days where a lot of people die and there's days where they don't. Wintertime, though, it's about to be like busy season because it's just like everybody dies in the wintertime because you're cold and depressed. I mean, who wouldn't want to die? That's how I feel in the wintertime.
I love the winter.
No,
fat.
not me.
I'm fat and run hot, so
No.
it works for me.
No, I want to be
T-shirt weather,
knee
baby.
deep in the creek. I don't want to. No, it's actually very depressing.
Yeah.
What was I saying?
So you come in, do you clock in? Do you have like okay.
Yeah, don't get me started on that. I should be salary though.
Okay.
Is that because you get a lot
That's
of
because I
hours?
bust my ass. Yes. So I work for lower wages because I'm under an intern license until I'm done with school. But all my internship requirements are over with. So basically,
How long is schooling for?
well,
a
it depends on
mortician?
how dumb you are. For me, it's taken a long time. It depends on the state too. So where I started in Colorado, you didn't need a license. So that's where like I got my experience without the education because I really feel like it's the kind of job where you don't need to go to school other than like if you become an embalmer. That part, the science part is useful, but it's not the kind of job I feel like you can just go to school for.
Well, I mean, you got to want to do that.
Yeah,
Like, I don't think
for low wages, for very low wages.
I think
So-
a majority of the population does not even like being around dead bodies. Chris has already taken off his fucking Halloween costume, and we have not
It is-
even talked
because
about
it's
it.
It's a little toasty in here.
It's like wearing a foam blanket.
That's why I took my jacket off. And the jacket
I
makes
will put it on before the other show. We'll do a costume party, and
Where's this
we'll do a
going?
parade.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do a parade around.
So this is the Halloween Spooktacular. This is what Lita's been. This is Lita's Christmas.
Yes, it is.
This whole
I actually
week.
brought people gifts because I'm that that person.
She did. I think it's this year because Halloween falls in the middle of the week. It's more like a Hanukkah for her.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, or so. It's like between 2 weekends. Oh my god, yeah, it's fantastic. I've got like what 1, 2, 3 more like Halloween type parties to attend, and I have different costumes.
I mean, there also is on Friday. There's what is it, Spookyoki or some shit?
Karaoke.
Karaoke. Oh hell yeah! I'm totally.
We got karaoke. Yeah, we got karaoke with Jan on Friday. We got the Sneaky Snakes as Johnny Cash on Thursday. This is all the Catamount Lounge, everybody.
Maybe I'll sing Last Caress and fuck everybody up.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be good, dude. That'd be good. Like, do some Misfits. That'll be fun, dude. We can do a duet. It'll be fun. Megan can sing.
Sorry, 1 second. That was my on call. I was just making sure it wasn't somebody dying, but it's somebody calling about a fucking bill. So no, moving on.
So you show up at work, you clock in. Do you scrub up and like do you have stuff that you wear when you're specifically embalming, or do you have?
If I'm being on, well, no, I'm not going to be on. Just because if OSHA's listening or something. But
just in case the boss man's listening.
So it depends. So like a day like today, I came in dressed in like kind of comfy clothes because if I don't have families to meet with like appointments that I know of and I'm not embalming in the back, which is when I would wear like scrubs or something like, that I don't care to get formaldehyde all over. I bring like a change of clothes. So I have like several pairs of shoes, several different outfits. Like I'm notorious for coming in the funeral home just like wearing whatever and then changing when I get there because it's not comfortable.
Well, yeah. Also, I mean, there's also the risk. There's also a risk of getting like stuff on you, right?
Oh, like blood, like disease?
No, I mean, well, I'm sure, yes, I'm incorporated with that, but I mean, like blood or bodily fluids, or it's like, I mean, I'm sure that.
Oh yeah, I wear like a gown and I put like gloves on, but I mean, I've definitely poked through, my gloves with like a needle and like crazy stuff. So we have to get like a hepatitis shot and all of that. You definitely learn a lot about. I am very careful though because I have embalmed somebody who was HIV positive and I didn't know until after we embalmed her.
Yo.
Luckily, we always like treat everybody like that's the case. But it just like after I took care of her, I was like, oh my gosh, can never like look at somebody and judge something by like what you see or like preconceived notions. And then that just made me. Working in my job, I think, makes me very fearful of like a lot of things in life, like something like that happening, how easy things can happen.
Yeah.
But my day is kind of like Friday when I came in, I embalmed 2 people and then I had an appointment. Today, I didn't have anything going on at all. Like it was so boring. So some days is exciting and some days it's not so exciting. I mean, I don't always enjoy embalming. Sometimes it really freaking sucks, especially if you had like terrible eating habits and your arteries are clogged and like it's not an easy job.
Ooh, you gotta like push harder to get the blood out.
Well, like your arteries become like almost crunchy, like you can just like almost like glass if you were like you can hear it crunch.
Ooh.
So high cholesterol, guys, if that's what you got, that's what's happening. It's like, oh my gosh, like
does it cost extra like for
embalming?
For like if it's a like particularly hard person to embalm, if they have like massive amounts of like health.
It's sort of like
no. I mean, well, I'm getting paid the same regardless. That's the the beauty of being an intern.
So yeah, it's funny. I'm looking at Lita's facial response, and my facial response to this is amazing. Like she's like, "Oh yeah, tell me more," and I'm like, "Oh my god."
The answer would be no. The only time I've ever seen charge extra is for autopsy repair.
Okay.
Because if somebody's fully posted from the ME.
Crunchy veins.
Sorry.
Crunch.
Yeah, they take your whole brain out.
Oh my.
Oh, no, you
cut this open. All your organs come out, even like from here, and it goes in a visceral bag inside your chest, even your brain.
Oh,
sort of
wow.
like so when you buy when you buy turkey or chicken at the store, and there's a bag of
exactly.
giblets in there. Yeah, wow.
No, yeah. So if you ever been to a funeral and somebody had an autopsy that you know of, there's no brain in there.
The first
Fun
funeral.
fact. But you have to put them all together, and it takes a lot of work. And especially if you have like arthritis in your hands, like I do.
The first funeral I ever went to was my great grandfather, and I remember vividly. he looked like him, but he was like 98 years old. So yeah, like he was just looked old. But his hands looked different, and they almost looked like burlap. I could tell there was a bunch of makeup on him, and they didn't do a good job of like
probably because they were all discolored or he had skin slip. I mean, old people fall apart.
Oh yeah. But like I just remember noticing that he looked different for like, and just like it was a wake, and I remember like walking, and I just kept looking at his hands, being like, whoa.
But it's an art, but it's also like every person is different, and like I said, like even people who've been treated with like chemo and stuff, they do not react the same when you embalm. People who have like jaundice, things like that, like you can turn somebody green. Damn. So people put so much pressure when they're like, oh, it doesn't look like the person, and they think like, oh my god, do you know how many hours or how much work that embalmer probably put in to try to make those people? Well, there's some things you can't control.
Well, I mean, a dead body is going to look a little bit different. Like,
that's the thing is like, hello, people. I mean, they are dead. Of course, they don't look like them. I mean, they're not going to. They're dead now. Like,
like I definitely remember my father-in-law passed away, and I'd walked in the room after, and it just like a slight glance. Just he looked slightly different. I wouldn't say it didn't look like looked like a different person or any but you could just tell. Like, I mean, other than like breathing, he had a different look about him. I don't know if that was just like me being like, oh, or. Yeah.
I'm sure. Well, you got to think about all kinds of things. Like if you die and your mouth's open, usually it is. We have to forcibly close that. And sometimes when you're laying down, think about the volume in your face.
Yeah.
Like all these things are factors. So we have to fill that. So think about in people who don't have teeth or had dentures and we don't have the dentures and things. So sometimes we're forming your mouth an expression and we don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're doing our best with what we see, but we don't know the person personally. So
I want my mouth open and be like,
have you seen those? Like I've seen a few like reels where it's funerals, but it's like people posed in certain like ways, and they're not.
It's called extreme embalming.
It's the weirdest shit ever,
dude. I think
it's the parkour.
I don't know, dude. I think ethically, it's just not my thing. I don't think it's something because I mean, I know how it works when you die. Okay, you'd have to be sticking maybe like PVC pipes up somebody's back or something to be able to do the kind of things like have them sit up and like I know it's
creepy. I think
too. Just let me mortise
it's
out.
A little over the top, but
what if they pose you before you hit rigor mortis? So you just like
rigor mortis only lasts a certain amount of time.
Well, like I want my funeral during rigor mortis.
So
yeah, there's some people that like you can't break the rigor though, and I don't know why that is, but that kind of sucks.
Like, wait, is it weird when they have like a rigor mortis boner?
That's never happened.
That's never happened.
No.
Wow, that is a lot.
People make that shit up.
Well, it's in a movie. You see it in movies a lot, right? You see that like in Clark. Remember in Clark's?
Everybody's like my uncle used to work at a funeral home and the bodies sit up. Like everybody says that. It's fucking not true.
They never sat up on you.
No.
They ever do the thing where like they're like air comes out?
So if you get somebody that's died frequent, like I mean, you'll roll them over and it's just compressed air coming out. That'll spook you the first time you've heard it, but dude, the people are
I'd be like, I'm out of here.
Is it just like a tone that comes across the vocal cords, or is it like you can?
It's like a.
Oh shit! That's even worse. I thought it was gonna be like a death rattle, like.
No, yeah, but you can. Obviously, that's their
but
voice,
if it's just like,
because it's coming off their vocal cords. But it's like compression of air coming out. It'll scare the shit out of you.
If it just sounds like somebody sighing, I'd be even more weirded out. I'd be like, yo, what the fuck? Fucking death. Oh my God.
Yeah, no. But other than that, like nothing crazy. I've actually been spooked in the funeral home many times, but it was all living people. Like just came around the corner, like somebody just scared the living shit out of me.
Oh my God, you're ugly as shit. God, wear a bag over your head.
So we got a few questions.
Oh God,
Lunar Sprunk is asking. It's Louie. She's asking.
Louie, when are you coming back on the show, girl? Come on.
Any coffin drop stories?
Coffin drop. Okay, you mean casket? Those are two different things. Drop.
What's the difference?
Wait, I haven't dropped one. No.
What's the difference between a coffin and a casket?
A casket has 4 corners.
And a coffin has.
Oh my God, guys! Don't do this to me.
So it's the
How
shape.
many? Yes.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe I thought
I
maybe
didn't know
one.
that.
Yeah,
I
right.
learned something new.
How many? I don't know how many sides is on a coffin. Is it? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it 5?
And in a mausoleum, would you have do you have coffins or caskets?
They're
in there?
caskets, and you're supposed to be embalmed, and that's actually really disgusting. Please don't get buried that way. I think it's really gross. I'm sorry, but
I think it's weird as shit.
because you decompose in there no matter what. It just slows it down. And I have seen so many mausoleums over time have leakage come out. Those are people's bodily fluids.
Leakage?
Yeah, from mausoleums. It's disgusting. Please, just put your ass on the ground.
Louis, what do you mean by coffin flops? What's a coffin flop?
It means like dropping it, I guess. I mean, I've seen like a close call before, and I've heard of that. Now, cot dropping, everyone's dropped a cot before. Like one end, because they're like ham released. So I have dropped a cot before. I almost broke my foot.
Yeah,
Trying to stop it from flipping.
I actually had. I was I guess I was a pallbearer at a wedding, at a funeral. It was at a funeral for one of Kelly's best friend's mom, and it was like we got there and I didn't know that was gonna be. They were like, "Hey, we're glad you're here," and I was like, "Yeah, me too." I think, and
that's
then,
probably because the funeral home's like, "Do you have pallbearers? Do you have pallbearers?"
And then all of a sudden they were like, "Yeah, you're gonna be one of the pallbearers." Like, it was a very intense moment in my life because not only that, we had to carry it was a coffin. No, it was a casket.
Was it wooden? If it's wooden, they're really heavy.
It was heavy as fuck, and we had to go up at like an incline like this into the church. And man, I know that the lady didn't weigh that much, but that container did. I'm just gonna call it a container because at this point in time I can't remember what it was. But that was super intense. And I get to say from to touch on the story of dropping, is that there was just that much more pressure. I felt like I was like, I'm not dropping this. I'm not gonna be the loose link in this chain that drops the Oh, yeah, what's that?
So Louis sent us a link for coffin flop, and apparently it's part of this. You'll see in a few seconds.
Out of the bottom? Absolutely not.
That's fake as shit. That was fucking fake.
Absolutely
as shit.
not.
Louis, come on. You're smarter than that.
Now I have seen the cemetery people drop the caskets trying to, because they have like a lowering device.
There's a bunch of them.
And it's about
That's fucked up.
Who is this guy?
I think it's a Netflix show.
Yeah, that
No.
fact or fiction? That's fiction. Okay.
Yeah,
Definitely.
100%.
Anyway,
All
moving on.
right, I'm telling you right now, Lita, you're gonna outlive me. So you got to cut the bottom of my coffin. I want this to happen.
Gonna perforate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're fat as hell, you have to think about all the funeral home people.
What you
who are
trying to say
gonna
about
pick your
George?
Ass up off the ground.
Fuck
I'm
that.
Just saying,
I don't care. I'm dead. Pick me up.
Yeah, you
Roll me
don't
back
care?
in that box.
I fucking care.
Do not
Too bad.
Do not carcass shame George. All right,
Yeah.
that's not cool.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna get something real bad, and I'll
Don't
finally
die-
be skinny.
don't die in a bathroom
My last
or
words
in
will
the
be like,
basement.
"At least I got skinny."
Or in water, right? Isn't that like? Remember one time
You
you
know,
told me?
I haven't gotten somebody out of water, and I know people who have other funeral directors, but yeah, that's gross. You don't want to die in water and become soup.
Yeah, that's
Is that
terrible.
the technical term?
I mean,
You're like, yo,
Skin start to
we
like
got a
Yeah,
soup.
you-
We have a soup
everything's
situation in the
flipped.
bombing room
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Pause. Get in there.
My
Yeah.
brother's a detective, and he definitely I was supposed to eat breakfast with him one morning, and I got there with my kid, and his kids were like, "Dad had to go to a homicide scene." So, somebody had gotten their throat slit and thrown off the bridge in the Potomac, I think. So that was a wet body. He didn't say anything about it other than they turned on the phone. They're idiots. But what
see, I don't like all the gore and the death, and I really don't. People are like, oh, you work at the funeral home, so but I don't really like to see awful things. And people are like, oh yeah, you like to watch horror movies? Absolutely not.
Well, I mean,
I see enough bad things all the time. It's not like a spectacle to me at all.
So what got you?
Lita, that's why Lita wants to be a mortician.
You know what you
I
should
see
do then? Maybe you should work at the medical examiner, be an autopsy
Yeah.
tech.
That's what
Because that is
kinda
the
what I
worst
wanted.
place in the whole universe I think I would ever want to be. Every time I go there, everybody who works there, they're all like, yeah, I mean, who could blame them? There's no sunlight there. It's all death and gore.
Really?
Yeah. And
Meanwhile, I'd be like, this is fascinating.
It smells like autopsy. Autopsy has a smell.
Yeah.
because
What if
They'd be
smells
like,
like death.
Lita,
Yeah.
turn down your Duran Duran. This is like a mortuary, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, and think about autopsies.
goes on
Autopsies are very intense, and I've seen a private autopsy before, and it was cool to like learn and see. But I was like, I could never do this as a job. It's too much. My job, I feel like I'm helping people. Not that job's not helping people, but it's just no. Like I've got to have a healthy balance of like no talking like to the living and the dead. Like I feel like I make connections and relationships, and people are like happy. At the medical examiner, I just don't know where I'd find any happiness there, and it smells so terrible.
So, when you're at the funeral home, does it have a smell to it as well? Like,
That's funny that you say that because Lauren says that's, what did she say smelled like the funeral home? There's a smell that people say that the funeral home has. I think it's formaldehyde that you smell, maybe lightly. I don't really notice it.
So it smell like dippers?
I've never smelled a dipper.
Neither have I.
But I know that when I leave the funeral home and I've embalmed, like I definitely can smell formaldehyde on me. But I think I don't smell it walking in I don't think the funeral home
Does
smells
it smell like
gross.
paint thinner, or does it have a very...
Dude, I don't even know. It smells like cancer and death and something I probably shouldn't be breathing
Jesus
in.
Christ.
I mean,
it's to me like
straight
if
up
I've been-
carcinogen.
Yeah, when I go in there, it smells like an old person's house, but chemically.
Yes, you're right.
So,
Yeah.
So we have this stuff for sheet metal at my job, and it just smells. It has big ass stuff on it. It says like cancerous or whatever, but it smells like coconut oil. And I'm like, sometimes find myself being like, this don't smell that bad, and then I'm like, probably gonna get a fucking tumor on my neck.
You're like,
if people worked with formaldehyde, well, I don't know, maybe not true, but I don't know. Me embalming and working with formaldehyde, I could never imagine like smoking a dipper and like inhaling that. Oh my god, no!
Yeah.
Like I can even feel the exposure on my skin some days. It burns. Because it's a gas.
Pre-real internet, we probably did a lot of things that were probably very unintelligent.
I mean,
in
that's
the quest for
really unintelligent.
And in the quest for an altered state of reality, it's like, cause I smoked a dipper once in my life. I think I was probably like 17 or 18, and it definitely fucks you up, and it definitely has a very a taste. The only thing that I've ever tasted that tasted like this, and it's weird, but it's yellow sweet tarts is what fucking dippers taste like.
Huh.
That sounds.
It's weird as shit.
That sounds putrid, to be honest.
So I wonder if yellow sweet tarts have
like lemon.
Like lemon. I wonder if they have fucking formaldehyde as a flavoring.
It makes me curious, like, what index do people usually dip? Like, what kind of specific formaldehyde?
Oh, it's who knows if it was even formaldehyde? It could have been like some like fucking concoction some dude made in his fucking sink.
Yeah.
Oh, shit,
smoke some rage.
By the way, Alita, this is like this is like the cutest thing ever.
Yeah, go through your boo basket.
I've been staring down, but I go
decoration like fake blood and some apples.
No one's ever gotten me a boo basket ever in my life.
This is some next level shit. Like,
it is very sweet.
This is something my mother-in-law would do, actually. Yeah, so I'm very like, this is so cool. Like,
everybody deserves.
Yeah, look at this stuff. We got some cool deck. This is gonna go on the car so I can get pulled over, and then we got candy apples in here. We got motherfucking popcorn so we can watch horror movies. Mm-hmm. But
Chris won't watch, but like half of them.
No, I did. You know what? I watched Smile. I watched Smile.
Oh yeah,
the other night. Yeah, it was on. Well, they have Smile 2s in the theater. I'm gonna give it another chance, Lita, after your review. However, I will tell you that I told Shannon about the movie. Like, I told her about like 4 sentences about the movie, and she goes, "So what you're telling me is that the demon feeds off trauma?" And like, I was like,
figured it out right away.
She figured it out just from my
smart as
synopsis.
shit. So
I think
that's what the movie's about.
Yeah,
it's about how
underlying trauma.
Yeah, the underlying trauma and the pain of trauma can actually ruin your life. So that's what that is. And at the end, like the end of the movie, that's her trauma just consumes her. She's stuck in her own mind.
Wait, where do you watch that?
It was on Hulu actually, and then Prime, and then not Prime. Smile 2 is in the theaters right now. They have it at Royal Cinemas on Main Street.
I don't care what movie comes out for the rest of the year. All other horror movies have already been fucking slashed and fucking taken advantage of by Terrifier 3.
Yeah.
That is the goriest It
It's
makes
like the creme de la
Hostel.
creme of gore.
It
if
makes
you're looking
Hostel
for
look
gore.
like a fucking Disney movie. That movie is fucking.
I don't know, man. Like out of all of them, I think so far this year, my favorite has to be Strange Darling. I just
the
like
story, yes.
the story and the sequence, and then my second would be The Substance, just because
Try it.
it's just
So in terms of story, those are better, but in terms of all-out gore, I've never seen like There's one scene in Terrifier where I was like, "Oh my god!" Dude.
yeah.
Have you had any like experience with like dealing with a body from a murder like that, or
A chainsaw incident.
anything like what's the word what would be what was in your experience you personally had to deal with, like, is it in like a body situation?
The worst thing for me was somebody who got hit on 81 by a tractor trailer.
Yikes! Was that was it a suicide thing? Or?
No. But I had to take fingerprints of his hand. That was the only body part that was recognizable, and they wanted to be able to give the family something back. I can handle a lot of stuff. I was vomiting, crying. I mean, the smell and just like the shirt, it was just horror. Like it, because you're thinking about, oh my God, I can barely can't even believe what I'm looking at, because it's just so surreal. It's like,
right.
Oh my God, we could just be nothing in a second. And then I'm thinking everything that the family's thinking, like, it's way worse than that. Like it's just, the thought is just horrible. So I already have driving anxiety, so don't get me started.
Okay, my bad. Well, no, I should have brought it. I had
no, but that was literally, that's like my worst fear, is like getting hit by one of those. So assholes, if you drive one of those, like, stop.
Well,
They scare me so bad.
You know what happened to me on my birthday, right? Or you know what happened on my birthday? Not to me, but you know what happened on my birthday was when it was me, Lauren, Brianna, and
The girl?
Sargis, and we found that girl on Rock Creek Parkway. She had fallen or jumped from the bridge, and to see that in person, it's like she's saying, you don't like it takes a minute for me, because that's not something I deal with every day. Now, like, it took me a minute to process it, and then once I did, I was like, oh my fucking God, I cannot believe this is happening. Fortunately, I kind of like adrenaline kicked in, and I was able to like take control of myself in this situation a little bit. But I will say that the first responders that were there, and the police, and all the people that I dealt with that were like the EMTs and the firefighters, it was so they handled it with extreme grace. They didn't let the fucked upness of the situation dictate any sort of delay in action. Like, this guy had compressions on this girl within 10 seconds of getting on the scene. It was probably like from the 911 call to the compression. So good on people that are able to process that. And also, the federal government should really think about legalizing cannabis products so that these people can have some sort of relief. It doesn't have to be like, alcohol or prescribed drugs. That's just my TED talk for today on that, because I'm high on the cannabis products.
Yeah,
right
but
now.
a lot. You know what? Actually, most police calls that I go to are suicides. I'm gonna say 9 times out of 10, they're always.
So
that
I
way.
know
That's common.
I know around here, at least in Prince William County, there's no testing for anybody but the police. So if you're an EMT or a firefighter, you're allowed to smoke marijuana, or not allowed, but they just don't test for it anymore.
I believe it.
Yeah, well, that's good. You know what? I remember at the Cannabis Cup thing that you guys had Dirtbag at, the very coincidental time that we had been in the same place at the same time.
The Edibles Festival.
Yes, and there were a couple cops there that we talked to, and they were like,
I smoked weed with cops in DC.
Yeah, from Culpeper. No, these were Culpeper sheriffs, or I think they were sheriffs, and they were like, "Yo, man," we both have shot people in the line of duty. And we both just don't deal with Valium or Xanax very well. Yeah. And so they were like, so we smoke weed, and I'm like, so how do you get around it? They're like, we do. And I was like, all right, I bet they got a Whizzinator or something.
They're like, have you ever heard of fetish urine?
That was probably like 10 years ago about.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's funny. I still have the Dirtbag Radio lighter from that show,
dude.
I can't find. I want to give it to you guys so bad, and I can't find it.
I know. There's a picture somewhere of Tom Segura with one of our grinders.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of, there's food on the way, so you might want to save some room.
She's like, too late.
Yeah, we're already this far down the rabbit hole, but
who's calling you?
It's a work call. I need to take it.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's awesome. That is actually very appropriate, and that shows you the type of job this is, the dedication that Megan has to her job. Yes, it's an amazing thing.
So Halloweener, Lita's favorite goddamn holiday. She's been excited.
I'm so
How you know
happy.
it's not mine, motherfucker?
Well, dude, about a month ago,
because
right when the shit popped off at Target, I vividly remember you being like, we have to go to Target.
Yeah. It's the Halloween stuff.
And then you walked around pining at every aisle about how much money you wanted to spend.
I was like, ooh. And you know what? I actually posted about this.
Oh, yeah.
Guess what? The day after Halloween falls on payday, guys. You know where I'm going to be? I'm going to be in all those motherfucking places buying the clearance shit. For real. Like,
yo, if they got bleeding candles, because I'll probably still be
yeah,
at work.
they will.
Hook me up
They'll
with, like,
that.
just send me the price
like
breakdown.
Michael's shit was already almost gone, but they usually start their 60%.
Yeah, they start that shit off
early,
like,
and then like the day after, it's like 75%. So like they were kind of picked over, but I'm still gonna go over there because you never know. I might find something that I want.
When we first went to Target, they had the Skull Hands wine holder that looked like somebody going guac guac. And I remember you being like, you're immature, because I was like, look at it, it's skeleton dick sucking hands. And then lo and behold, a video went viral. Somebody being like, you gotta be kidding me. Quack, quack.
Yo, these are fantastic.
Oh, you over there have munchies?
I've never had. Dude, I got the munchies. I'm serious, bro. We have Yamafuji on the way.
There's also a bunch of fucking corn products in there. Now there's Takis in there.
I think we should do a review on these munchos right now with a little interim, because you remember, hey man, we both said something to Ace about his about his snack reviews. I like these. I've never had them before. They're obviously it's like an aerated potato chip. It's called munchos.
Are they like air fried?
Let's see.
Why not? They don't. The bag.
No, I think these are just fried. But I think these are like they make like a batter, and it's like an aerated batter. And it's very light and crispy, and and because it has that aeration to it, it really delivers the salt very evenly. So that's what I'm getting from this. It's like, sometimes you get potato chips, and it's like some of them are like, extremely salty, and like they have like Grandma Utz, for instance, which I do like this inconsistency.
But they too much after a little bit, man.
I love Grandma Utz because every once in a while you'll bite into one that has the little bubble in it, and then it, like a little bit of like the grease pops out in your mouth.
The lard.
It's like a potato gusher. Remember Gushers?
Oh yeah, dude.
It's like a potato gusher.
Dude, fucking Martin's brand has like 4 or 5 different types of kettle cooked or cooked in lard. Like it's like each one has more and more fat in it. So I think it's just
everybody's doing it, Lita. You'll be cool.
Have you ever had munchos before?
God, no, I have not. I don't really eat chips.
I know.
These are really good. I give it.
I don't eat them, but these are delicious.
In the potato chip category, the potato crisp category, like including Pringles as well, I would say that these rank. I'd give this a 7.8.
It's just that they're cut like thinner. Like
Well, kettle cut Pringles.
If you look it up against the light. Put it up against, you can see the
yeah.
They like styrofoam chips.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they.
You know what they do is they mash it up and then they extrude it.
Yeah.
So it's like,
a random.
We should watch. We should get really baked and watch how it's made of munchos. I'm sure we can find one.
I bet you a lot of these snack products that are extruded are just made by people that they're like smoke a joint and be like, yo, go fuck with the machine, Earl.
Yeah, like combos.
Yeah.
Man, I fucking love combos, man. The pizzeria ones, those are my favorite of all time.
Yep.
But I will tell you the dark horse that I like is the buffalo blue cheese one that they come out with every once in a while. She's back, everybody. She's back from duty. Megan.
What happened? You good?
I'm not good.
Oh, no.
What do you have to do?
I do have to leave.
Oh,
are you serious?
I'm serious. Somebody died.
Oh my God, that is wild. You know what? That's a first on Helltown Radio. That the guest left early because of a death. We've never even.
I'm still waiting on my part-time person to call me back.
Okay.
All right.
We'll have you here.
We get you for a few minutes.
Yeah.
All right. So, can you disclose anything about this?
Not really. I can tell you what we do. So, what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I thought that I was like, I thought it was going to be just like a hospital or a nursing home call. Then I can just send a part-time person underneath me to go. But it's a house call, somebody on hospice, so that means they're at home, so that with their family. So we send a director and then a part-time, like an assistant. So that means I'm gonna have to drive my car to the funeral home. I'll change it in my cute little funeral clothes, and then I'll go to their house and pretend to have my shit together and do my job, and then schedule an appointment for them probably to come in tomorrow.
Are you gonna get to drive a hearse?
I do if I worked a funeral. I always do. But lately, honestly, I haven't worked many funerals because I'm always meeting with families or I'm embalming. So I'm the primary embalmer there. So I'm kind of overworked, and I'm kind of bummed I gotta leave, guys.
It's all
Oh
good.
my god, yeah, that sucks, man. I'm totally bummed too.
I worked this weekend too, when it was my weekend off. And I mean, like, but it's just that kind of job. Like, it's just, it's what I
Man,
signed up
dude,
for, really, but-
this is like, yeah.
It's the opposite of a Mike Hasty show.
What does that mean?
We're gonna have to bring
Oh,
you
he's
back.
listening. He's listening. I think he told me he was gonna listen.
Well,
Yeah,
we're
dude.
gonna have to
Shout
bring
out
you
to
back
Mike.
because you had to
Yeah.
leave early, as opposed to that we didn't get all of the story at one time. Oh well, that's bummer. That total bummer,
I
man.
know. I feel really bad.
So,
wait, if
feel
anybody
bad.
has any questions before I go?
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
fire
So
them
you're
off.
Lita probably has 8 million.
I,
Go,
I
Lita, go.
don't actually,
Yeah.
because I
Red
think
team, go, red
like
team,
we've
go.
covered so many, like
Yeah,
when you first got, like
Yeah,
when
right.
you're when
Yeah.
you're first here. So I'm like, this is interesting.
and we know each other now, so it's
Yeah.
like
So if I want to know
y'all are sick
something
of
cool,
hearing about my job, probably.
No, we actually no, we're not. We haven't even gotten literally halfway through what
I
we want to hear about your
know.
job. But we do know one thing about your job is that you do have to leave. And that shows dedication, because that could happen at any point in time. She could be eating a pizza, hanging out, watching Seinfeld at home on the couch, and she would have to
Yeah.
leave to go take care of business.
Are there any like jokes that more people that work at funeral homes have? Or, like, do you guys ever be like, put him in a body bag?
Oh, that's terrible. But you guys don't have any like what's some jargon you guys use that we wouldn't like?
Oh God, I'd have to think about that.
Like, yo, we got a stiff and we got a stiffy, or like, incoming stiffies. You know, like we got
No, but
bogeys at 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
there's definitely stereotypes about different kinds of families, or like those, like, you know, the nagging like daughter-in-law who like oversteps everything in her life. All that stuff shines through like in funeral arrangements too, like,
Oh, so there's
you know,
always,
family dynamics and stuff.
So
and
there's
it's
like a shitty aunt that won't shut the fuck up.
yeah, or like a fucking gold digging wife who married some dude like 30 years older than her, and you know, like, just like,
Look at
it
this.
gets
bitch.
really, it can get kind of crazy. I'm trying to think of lingo.
Have you ever had like a fight at a funeral?
Ooh.
A fight at a funeral.
Yeah.
Not one that I've worked. Let's see.
She's been in one.
in a fight? Not at a funeral.
Not yet, at least. I'm just kidding.
No, I mean, I did come close. Damn. Yeah. Damn. I'm having flashbacks.
Oh, bye. Showstopper.
I don't know. I can tell you that everybody who works this funeral home is like crazy in some way, I think. Everybody that I've met, every director that I know is a little strange or has autism. I think we all have autism.
So what got you? I mean, do you have time to like give a brief synopsis on what got you into doing it? Because that's an interesting field to get into by interest. It's also an interesting field just to get into, because I wouldn't know where to even begin.
So
I'd be like, I don't know.
I was obsessed, and one of my favorite shows, 6 Feet Under. Love it. Always loved it. So I always was like kind of intrigued. Though a lot of funeral directors don't like that show, but
I feel the same way about The Bear. But that's
Bear.
only The Bear. It's the movie it's a show about the restaurants. It's just that I don't want to watch it because it just brings up like, you know, it's like shit I want to forget about for a while.
yeah, I kind of don't watch it as much anymore. But
So
I think going through, well, when my brother died, I didn't have anything to do with the funeral arrangements and stuff, and it was just like such a hard thing for me and my family, and just in general, it's like something you don't even think about till it happens to you. And I was already doing like case management for people who like are in inpatient, like a treatment center, and I like doing I like that job, like taking care of people, but I just felt like it just wasn't exactly it. And I just kind of, when I got out in Colorado, I applied to be an admin for a funeral home. And funny enough, I failed the admin test. And I was like so embarrassed, and I called them and I'm like, can I retake it? And they're like, we think you have something better you'd be good at, an arranger. And I had no idea what that meant. I was like, oh, I'm going to be like setting up flowers or something for funerals. It's actually a funeral director with no license. And so I kind of just got lucky. And I got into it and I was like, oh, I'm kind of good at this. And now it's the only thing I'm good at, so I'm kind of stuck.
damn, man, you work for a vigilante mortician. That's amazing. Oh,
I
man.
hope to have my own funeral home one day, though,
Okay.
guys. So,
What would you call it?
well, if I'm buying something that's already established, you definitely keep the name.
Okay, that's smart.
What if you're gonna make your own?
Megan's Mega Mausoleum.
Megan's Mega Mausoleum.
Mausoleum. A museum of mausoleums.
No, you gotta have something like. See, you know they're all called like Haas and Sons or like.
there
Actually,
you go.
that might work.
Yeah, Haas and Sons.
Or
Haas and
Or we
Dogs.
could do Crump. Crump and Sons.
Crump and Sons. I like Crump and Sons.
Crump and Sluts.
Yes. Yes, you could be like
on
the.
that note, I gotta go.
You could be like. It would be like the Hooters of morticians. It would be amazing. Could you? Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
They'd have like
Hooters after dark.
a scantily clad like outfit.
Have you ever been to Sports Clips?
Says
Nah.
Mortician.
Sports Clips is Hooters in haircuttery combined. It's
Jesus.
fan-fucking-tastic. It's hilarious. You go in there and it's like just a bunch of women with very low-cut shirt and large breasts. They're like, "Oh my god, I'm so glad you're here. All the guys that were in here before were total losers until you got here." And then like you sit down and they're like they give you a whole
You
like
probably love it there.
oh man, yeah, it's fantastic. It was like going to a rated PG-13 strip club. You know, it was not it wasn't like I was not crossing any boundaries or morality or fidelity or anything. It was awesome. You know, but they do a head massage thing. Now the funny part about the head massage is the whole time they're very carefully making sure that their body is very well placed on you. And then they have an option where you can pay for extra time on the head massage. It's a fantastic place. I like the place. It's great. I mean, it's like like I said, it's like Hooters.
A head massage?
Yeah, they like massage your head with a hot towel and shit. It's crazy. It feels great. It's really nice actually, but it is like Hooters, and there are no dudes working there. I'll just leave it like that. But if there ever was, then.
I went to a barbershop a while ago, and it was listed as a barbershop, and I went in there. I should have been worried when there was a bunch of white dudes with like Trump attire on, like definitely like dudes that looked like they were going to be in a tree stand in the next couple weeks, and I was like, all right, I'm already here. I've already waited, and I was like, I just want my beard lined up, you know. And then I came out and I was like, God damn, I look like some dude named Gary or some shit. Like, this is fucked up. So, if any listeners are listening, where's the nearest black barbershop in town? Because I need to get my beard lined up properly.
That's a good question. I don't think there are. To be honest, I can't think of any. Well, no. There is. If anybody's listening that knows about it, it's not me. I just thought about this. I think I saw a Facebook post about one. I thought I saw one on Facebook. That's a very credible claim. You should definitely invest a lot into it.
I'm gonna have to search this down.
Man, the DoorDash dude, where is he, man? I'm hoping we get some.
Wait, what did you order?
Yamafuji.
What?
Now you're even more mad.
Well, we did like it's been like, dude. I've had burgers and like we've done burgers. We've done Chinese last week.
You were really
Coming.
Huh? I don't know. Any time now. Brandy's approaching right now. She's en route, so she should be walking up. It looks like right now, according to this stalker app thing I have right now. You can open. You'll be able to open the door
right
for
there?
her. I hope so. This is always fun. This is like one of the best parts of the show. This is the delivery driver expose. We're gonna see if this delivery driver will take a hit off.
Welcome.
Hello, how you doing?
Hey, what's up? You don't look like a Brandy.
No, that's my wife.
That's your wife? Oh, dude. Oh, man, what's up, dude? Hey, you're on. Say what's up to the people. You can say what's up to the camera. You're on Helltown Radio.
Hey, what's up?
Yo, what's up, dude? You want to hit this, dude?
Oh.
Yeah, boy.
This is Chris's thing.
Oh, yeah, we're doing a change. We're doing the exchange. Do I have to press button on this?
I'm about to take off
Nope,
with this.
you just
No, you're not.
All right, I need a few bites though before I leave.
Well, yeah, Chris opened it up
Hell
for
yeah,
her.
bro. What's your name, man?
Not Brandy.
All right. No, that's mine, dog. Yo, dude, very cool, dude. Yeah.
take it easy. Have a good night.
Peace. Damn, you slammed the door hard as shit.
I mean, I was just exchanging behind my neck. Here, open it.
I think it's awesome that you're holding Yamafuji and you have a caramel apple in your hand at the same time flipped over.
Guys, I'm hungry.
All right, well, break it out.
What is talk about Yamafuji? I don't even know what we're doing.
Yamafuji is a fantastic sushi
I've probably
restaurant.
been eating it longer than any of y'all. How long have you lived here?
10 years. Has it existed?
Yeah, definitely, because it's been here longer than 10 years.
Damn.
But I've been coming out here for like 14, 15. But Yamafuji's the shit.
They're the shit, and they'll stay open after hours if you come in there.
Yeah, Min's a cool dude. We him and I go way back. We've had some adventures. It's open that jump, man. You got to put down you have to put down the candy apple. Yeah. Oh, damn, man, she just went for it.
I'm getting closer because
Yeah. Wow. But this is
I'm
intense,
fucking
man.
hungry too.
Yeah, dude, let's go. This is amazing. So we got a sushi family thing.
A sushi break.
I would say it's a break. I guess this is a good. This is gonna be like a
segue. So I'll go over some of these questions. We got a lot of people in here. Going back to Munchos, B. Mort says Munchos and Funyuns are primo commissary fare.
Yes, he's not wrong.
You're on call, correct? You're not? Then who's on call with me?
Oh snap, she's on call. Oh snap, she's on the call. Shh, everybody. Shh.
What?
Important business.
This is like reality TV.
Kyle?
Yeah.
What it's like to be in those two businesses.
I don't know him.
What was that like reality? The first reality show to come on MTV?
Real world.
Yeah, the
Real World.
I need some miso so I can.
All right, well, get on it, man. Do your miso, dog. Jump on that miso. Break out the piece.
Louis asks, aren't most funeral homes owned by major corporations these days?
That's a good question. Don't ever go to one that's owned by a corporation. There's none around here that are. All the ones here, Winchester. I think the closest one that's like a corporation is going to be in Culpeper. So if you go to their website and it says Dignity Memorial, that means they're a corporation. That company helped bring me over from Colorado to work as a funeral director intern up there in Arlington. And they paid really good, but it was just, it's just totally not the same. It's like kind of like a sales job. So you make commission and there's like this pressure, and that's just not what I know of funeral service. And I started at like a mom and pop funeral home, and our motto, like, you never sell to a family. You're there to like help them, and you give them the information, you help them make their choices. Like, I get paid the same regardless, but that's not the case at corporate funeral homes. So that gives a lot of funeral homes a bad rap. That's actually a great question.
Early retiree in life says cremation exclamation point. So
cremation exclamation point. What does that mean?
I guess he just wants
cremation.
Yeah.
I hate cremating. I mean, because I've
Ric
done
Flair
it. It's gross. When you cremate all the time, the dust gets up in your nose, and it's gross. Also, there's no DNA left once you're cremated. FYI. So
cool. Good to know.
FYI.
Yeah, FYI, if you're getting rid of a body, the best way to get rid of the DNA. I mean, that's just a suggestion.
Yeah, there's no way to like check if you died under suspicious circumstances. They can't exhume you later on. Not that they could really get anything out of it afterward, because I did read that there are some like chemicals and stuff that have a half-life, and once you're embalmed, there's no real trace of it.
Oh, like,
yeah,
sorta. But the first autopsy I ever watched, private autopsy, there's this really hot, what do you call it, medical examiner who does private autopsies if you've got money. So you can get an autopsy once you've been embalmed. It's just there are some things that
Is
won't
he
show
like
up.
the Hooters of embalming? He's like, I'll do it in a G-string, special order.
I mean, he's really
you pay
pretty.
extra. No, all right, cool.
I mean, but you have to be rich to hire him.
It costs extra.
But you can't. I don't think you can test for like drugs and stuff once, because we've already embalmed and stuff. But they can look at your organs.
embalm me.
Embalm you?
Embalm these nuts. Oh.
I'm over here trying to get this food set out.
Yeah,
everybody's
we're good.
staring.
I know, man. It's like it's the sharks in the water. Sharks are in the water. Oh
I need
man,
fuel for what I'm about to do.
she's about to go into the.
Is it really labor and or is it just an emotional tax?
No,
That's part
actually,
of it.
hospice calls, going to the houses, those are usually. I won't say. Sometimes I get all teary-eyed when there's like a family and there's like 20 of them surrounding their grandma, and like you can just tell they have like just a tight-ass family, and it's just like so emotional, and it's like, oh, I want to be part of your family. Like, they're so sweet. But other than that, I don't know. I did go to suicide last week, and my coworker was like all like. I had looked back and I had seen the guy in the car, and I just like took a gas for a second. He was like, "What is it, a GSW?" That's like, and I was just like, "Shut the fuck up! I need 2 minutes. Don't talk, and I'll take the lead." And that's kind of like that surreal moment where you're like, you separate yourself from it, and then it's like, all right, I can go do my job. But sometimes it's a lot, and it kind of fucks with you. Not gonna lie.
Oh man, so you got to go now. Are you gonna have any of these sushis? Before
I'm
you go?
shoving a bunch of raw fish in my mouth before I go, for sure.
That's one way to put it. So yeah, do you feel like Joe Kenda right now a little bit?
Oh my god, I love Joe Kenda,
dude. If you don't
and
love Joe Kenda,
I lived in Colorado Springs, where all that, and that's the first funeral home I worked at. It's the biggest funeral home in that area, the Springs. That's where that is, where all those. What's it called? Homicide Hunter. If you haven't watched it, it's really fucking cool.
Homicide Hunter.
And he was a homicide detective for I don't know how many years, like 30 or something.
Yeah. My mom watches that show
Amazing.
In Colorado Springs, and after living
watched
there
all
and
of
like
them.
watching them, I'm like, oh my god, I know where all those places are. Lots of crime in Colorado Springs. So
Yeah.
Chris, you made Lita's night. She's over here fucking dressed up and eating sushi.
Yeah.
Feeling fancy as hell, y'all.
Well, it is Halloween. And,
Nothing says Halloween like sushi.
I'm gonna be real. There really was not much available on DoorDash, so everybody is closed, I guess, right now. And
That's
so
wild.
it was between this and like fast food, and if I eat any more fast food, I'm gonna die literally on this camera. Megan would be embalming me next. Is what would happen.
I would
She'd
be
like,
honored.
these
I would be honored. Just know if you know me and you die, your family better hit me up. Okay, like.
Or she'll kill you.
I'm a great embalmer. I would fucking love to. Unless I don't know the way you eat, maybe not.
Oh,
You saying you gonna
Your
have
arteries might be crunchy.
them crunchy veins?
Crunchy arteries. I hope not.
I use lots of cocoa butter,
crunchy
so
like my
mine is
tacos.
silky.
Is that
I
all
got them
soy
silky
sauce?
veins.
No, man. There's like
No, there's one over
there's
here.
a bunch over here. There's a bunch of these things.
I just need something to dip real quick.
Dippers.
Dipper. Yeah, get them dippers.
Is there any more chopsticks?
There should be. I mean,
Uh,
you can just go. Is there?
Nope.
They only gave 2. Jesus, man. What do they think this is?
much sushi?
Oh, man.
well, you ordered it, Chris. They're
It's for the
like,
fam, dude. No, I know. They're like, it's for Chris. Just put in one. We'll save it. Oh, man.
Yum.
Yes.
fucking use your fingers. You got
Yeah,
nails.
use your fingers. That's how you do it
Right
anyways.
now, I don't even know who's going on this call with me. So
Is that a thing that happens if you get somebody shitty that goes with you? You're doing all the
it's
work,
like-
or is
well, no, it's just like, well, I'd rather just go somewhere by myself. But if it's
Really?
a house call, we don't. But yeah, because I just don't like. I mean, especially if it's right now, it's fine. But if it's like 3:00 in the morning, I don't want to deal with like a part-time person at night. Like, who wants to in the middle of the night and then go? Like, I just want to do my thing, go home, and go back to sleep. But the plus side to be on call is I get paid $100 for going out and doing this.
well, that's pretty badass.
So how long does something like this take? Like, how long are you going to be out on this call?
Not long because it's right in Winchester, but I mean,
So you go
probably
out there.
2 hours. I mean, hour and a
Yeah.
half, 2 hours.
It depends on the severity of
Hospice, they're
casualty.
all, well, it's a hospice call, so it's
Oh,
just
cool.
they're gonna be in. It'd be easy, but
Yeah.
now a police call, it
Then
could be anything. I think like last Christmas, I got like a house fire.
Damn.
Oh man!
All
So
right,
you
so
get like crazy shit sometimes.
are burn victims a lot worse to deal with in terms of like the actual process? Like does it do you do different things like their skin, or is it just going to be a
I'm
closed
trying to
casket?
think if anybody that I've had like that. Though a lot of things, if they're too, I mean, and like we said, cremation's like the way that everybody's going now. Honestly, being an
Is it
embalmer,
just cheaper, or
it's
is it,
cheaper.
Man, it's real
Yeah.
estate is expensive as fuck,
Yeah,
dog.
yeah. Yeah, I know. Like, my mom, like, I don't want to say she got lucky, but when my father passed away, he was really active in a church up here, and somebody that he had known just paid for my dad's funeral. Like, he's some dude that works at like a bigger car dealership, and he was friends with my dad, and like, I guess he just called my mom and was like, "I'm paying for it."
That happens a lot, actually. And then there's other times that nobody wants to pay, and then we have to get the local sheriff's department involved.
Well, the funeral, like everything to do with him was paid for, but my mom still had to, I guess, pay for the plot and the gravestone, and like I think that was like 15,000 or something like that.
Oh, those are so cemeteries are also owned by corporations, except some of them aren't. Do not use the ones that are owned by corporation, like the one on Strasburg Road, Shenandoah Memorial Park. They're all just schemy, predatory. I mean, they're salespeople. They do not have your best interest. The local, like Prospect Cemetery, Mount Hebron's my favorite cemetery, and Winchester. Like,
I know my grandmother and my grandfather both worked at Stonewall Memorial Gardens before it got bought. and that was just owned by a family for like my.
Oh yeah, that's
grandfather.
owned by SCI now,
Yeah,
which also
yeah.
owns funeral homes.
Yeah. Like I noticed one time when I went there, I think it was in between. Like my grandfather died, and it wasn't owned by a corporation. And when we buried my grandmother there was just another placard on the brick wall underneath of everything. Like I guess sometimes like whatever corporation had bought it, and it wasn't that much different. I mean, they can't really change it because that cemetery is so full, so it's the same type of stuff. But I'm sure it costs more now.
It's all. I mean, I don't blame anybody for like families always feel guilty. I feel like when they come to me and they're like, "Mom just wanted like a cremation," and like that like they feel guilty about like not spending money. And I'm like, "Oh my god, I can't even afford to die, and I work here." Like,
Yeah, it is strange how there's so many rules like that in regards to like how much money you have to spend because there's these things that you have to do, right? Like you have to have the body embalmed. You have to have. You don't have to.
No.
Like maybe
unless you're wanting like a public visitation open to more than just like your immediate family and then outside the funeral home, but no, so it's not required. Only like if obviously
maybe it's part
of it is sanitation. Like we're not going to have your body out. Like I said, HIV lives in your body for I don't know. I know it's more than a week after death.
AIDS is strong.
So you have to think about all those COVID and literally things they survive after death for a little while. So part of it is not, people think, oh, the funeral home's trying to make money. It's actually preservation. Every day you're not embalmed, you're decomping.
I think most of the costs that people are
to get rid of like all that, the chance of spreading disease. Please do not come to the funeral home and kiss your dead person.
Oh, yeah.
Please do not. Something might come off.
I know people like I think it's more like the cemetery that's expensive. Like you have to have like a concrete or something around it and the
a vault.
Yeah,
not all cemeteries require it though, and it's not like it's by cemetery. It's not legally required. Like if you go to the Natural Cemetery in Berryville, you just go right in the ground. There's no extra nothing. Dude, you're just wrapped in a shroud, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, you should do that.
Put me in a burlap sack.
And you become worm food. I mean, that's
a fucking like an oak tree.
What am I gonna? So I'm either gonna do that or donate my body back to science, which is a good. So med students and stuff could.
I think I could maybe donate my brain. 'Cause I'm sure I got CTE from fucking getting punched in the fucking head so much. So
I don't have it yet. Keep trying.
Fuck it. Oh my!
All right.
You're dipping.
I got to, man. Duty calls.
All right, we thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
What do they call you when you come in? Is it the Grim Reaper?
Yeah.
That's what I am for Halloween, guys.
That's wild.
There you go.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic.
I'm sorry. I feel bad. I'm leaving.
Nah, just say bye to everybody.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. Where's the camera? Bye. Thanks to all my friends who tuned in.
We still have plenty of time to go.
Don't talk about me while I'm gone.
We won't. You can all, we can call. We can put you on speaker when you get there.
I'm gonna listen in the car.
Okay.
I'm on the way to the funeral.
All right, so she'll know we're not talking shit.
Yeah. Listen, I will be clocking you. And
Northern Virginia Daily told us you're armed. We fuck with you.
Have you seen me shoot though? I really can. Okay, I gotta go.
All right, go get rid of that body.
I'll pee at the funeral home. Never mind.
Yikes.
Oh wait. Never mind.
Don't forget your boo basket.
Yo, Yamafuji though.
Oh my god, Yamafuji's my favorite though. So like I'm kind of bummed.
You know, so this weekend at the Catamount, we had many people come through from DC, and they were like, "Oh my god, I'm so surprised this little town has so much going on," and like they're like totally surprised. I was like, "So what'd you think?" They're like, "I don't know, just coming down here, I thought it was gonna be a lot more, like rural."
Yokel.
Say that word again.
What
Rural.
Say it again.
Rural.
So what they really mean is redneck.
Yeah, that was like, yeah, exactly. It's like, it's sort of like when.
Got one question.
Yo.
Do they do liquid cremations, or are they even legal in Virginia?
It is not legal in Virginia yet. It is legal, I think, in Colorado, maybe California. But you still have to crush the bones.
Ooh.
So it's really just making soup.
You hear that, B more? Oh,
soup.
We've got somebody in the chat. Chris.
All right.
I am Chris's mom, and he knows what to do.
All right. Hey, Mom, I still love you. That is amazing. I can't. Oh man, my mom's on tonight. This is great. Well, you know what? We had put. All right, go take care of that business.
Thank you, Megan.
Can you call us from the scene?
What? From their house?
Yeah, call us when you just call us while you're in the car. Call after. Call after you get done in the so we can like.
This will be over when I'm done.
Okay, fine. Man, I was trying to get some like on the side, Helltown radio on the scene.
It's not that cool.
You gotta do the helicopter sound when you're like.
I'm at an old person's house and it'd be an old widow, and I have to comfort him. Okay.
Aw, all right, go comfort that widow.
Bye, guys.
All right. Oh man. What an episode!
Yeah.
So far, this is
Dude,
we're
that's hilarious.
All right, I'll put on my now. I'm gonna put on my costume now, I guess, so we can add some interest back to the show. No, that was really fun, man, and like also, it's again, I think that the Northern Virginia Daily and the Royal Examiner put that article out to warn everybody that she is armed. I say that she's gone and she's not listening yet. So
Louis says, "God damn it, your mom's listening." So I don't even want to say what Louis said.
Go ahead, Louis.
Louis said, "Drop trowel," and your mom said, "I love you too."
Oh man! All right.
He's calm down, people. He's putting on his costume.
I'm not, and now I'm going to further robe myself in a large shark. I'm going to be a shark.
You might want to take your headphones off, or you're going to end up with us inside of there.
I
Yeah.
forgot they were on.
They're gonna be looped inside.
Mom, is Kathy with you?
April Fools.
Oh, you don't have to go?
Oh, shit.
No.
Halloweeny fools. What happened? They said you could say it.
Yeah, I don't know. My boss may be mad at me. I don't know.
Why? Because you're on the show?
No.
As evil as
He was
them.
just like, he's taking his girlfriend with him.
Oh.
Wow. He's
Oh.
Go anyways.
all right. Well, I'm putting on my costume again.
Just kidding. She's back.
She's back, everybody. The funeral bitch is back.
Yeah.
All right, we can get back to this. She's like, man, Megan went
He's
out
struggling in his costume right now.
there.
Why didn't you just like step into it?
I don't know. I like doing things as difficult as possible. You can ask my parents. We were watching, and
I think it's backwards.
no, it's supposed to be frontward so you can see that it's a shark.
You can't
Otherwise,
tell.
You couldn't see it was a shark.
You gotta like put it over one shoulder.
Yeah, maybe that's better. Better look here.
Yeah.
This way.
Yeah,
Also,
there you
I
go.
like shout out my man Cold World, Mike Wingett. The Cold World. I'm going to. I told him I'd play this stuff. He's doing a drop of his awesome sweatshirts. This is the first time in 5 years they've dropped. Everybody, check him out. I will flash his stuff online here in a moment. But yes, the Cold World is in the house.
I actually have a few questions because I don't really eat sushi. What the fuck is all this stuff? Like, are they just different? Like, are they
That's clam.
like people that know
surf clam
sushi
right
know it? So they have certain names. What
Shrimp, whitefish, salmon,
Hey,
tuna.
Cold World.
Well, what about like these rolls? What are those?
Maki.
Good.
So this is surf clam. This is salmon.
Surf clam.
This is escalar, which is white tuna. This is hamachi. This is taco, which is octopus. Shrimp. And then you got a California roll on the back. And then it looks like vegetable maki up here. That was all fish sashimi of sorts. There's still some, I think, in there. Yes, there's some, looks like hamachi. And, some hamachi and also maybe some...
What's this big motherfucker over here?
He's a surf clam.
No, this roll over here. This
Oh, you should get that's a fried one.
Yeah, it's
What-
actually it's
I'm
fried.
dropping it like it's hot. Get
It's
this.
I think it's like
Ugh.
what fried shrimp
Oh my
or
God.
something. It's good, yummy, tasty, delicious.
Man, what is this? What is this that I got?
I always call it whitefish.
Well, that was fantastic.
Ew, gross.
No.
It's
He's
fine.
gonna eat
No.
it. He's gonna
Man,
eat
it's
it.
actually-
No such thing
Man,
as a
that's
5-second
from-
roll
that's
after
a
working
mic
at
cord.
funeral home. I'm telling you.
That's a mic cord from the '90s. That motherfucker has been on the floor of many a hardcore show.
That added a lot of flavor to it, actually. Yeah, this is amazing. This is so much fun.
These shoes have been in the prep room.
So Yamafuji, is it the premier sushi place in Front Royal? Is that where everybody goes?
Yeah, here, yeah, absolutely.
So you were spoiled, and I
I'm
was spoiled too,
spoiled. So
because
this,
if you lived in
like-
Centerville,
This is good, but I've had way better.
so Centerville, you were kind of spoiled no matter where, like what Asian fare that you tried
Oh, yeah.
in Centerville, because there was like 9
I was
places and
walking
they were all
distance
good.
of all the good places.
Oh yeah, like
And I lived in Alexandria.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
gonna-
like all those places. Especially like there's a few like good sushi places in Reston now too. So
Teriyaki.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was gonna say Chris probably knows about like
Yep.
8 million sushi places around this area.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever have Suki Lee's in Winchester?
Suki Lee.
No, I never.
Oh
You know what?
my
I've
God,
never
it's
done.
amazing.
I've never done sushi in Winchester.
It's not
I will
very
say
good.
the best place I've ever done. Two best places I've ever eaten sushi was Ushi Wakamaru in Soho in New York, and that was a fantastic experience. That was my brother and his buddy took me there. We were the only round eyes in the house, and then that's how you know it was good. And we did the Okasame; it was awesome. And then the second best is Tachibana in McLean. And Tachibana is actually it's world renowned, and they actually do the actual horseradish presentation for you.
Ooh.
Like this is good. I mean, like I love the wasabi, but like real wasabi, it's expensive, but man, it's different. I don't know how to describe it.
the taste is different.
Yeah.
Because I've eaten there too. And again, this place is not bad for Front Royal. I will say.
Where's your preferred place?
The last one that he mentioned, that one's really good. I've been there, and I've been to the one in Reston.
Teriyaki.
The only thing I know about is like French food. Like for some reason, I like French restaurants either for breakfast or for dinner are really really good. I think it's just because they have a lot of like tastes that are sort of you're used to, but it's like done up like
Classic.
Yeah, like for instance, the one in the Wharf, the duck pate macaroon was kind of nuts. It was like a raspberry macaroon with.
Chris, I still have your Dumbo costume.
My mom. So speaking of amazing French cooks, my mother, who's a major inspiration and mentor and somebody I looked up to in the culinary world. Now this woman can cook up some French. You want some fine French fare?
Who's Lunar Spunk?
That is Louie. She's actually the moderator for the chat.
I saw autopsy include head massages.
Yeah, Louie will have a lot of things to say, and all of them will be profane, and then ended asking about OnlyFans.
Wait, what?
Helltown 69 on her OnlyFans to get 15% off. No, Louie and her husband Joe
They were the first super guests we ever had.
Yes, they were fantastic. We actually the video of me on Instagram pulling the snake out of a bag is with them.
The first time Chris was shocked on the show.
Yeah, well, you know it's funny. So I was telling Dan Casey. I don't know if you met him he's an older gentleman. He's a lawyer.
Yeah, I think
and so he was talking to me, and I'm telling the story because he's like, "Oh, what's the show like?" And I'm like, "It's pretty weird." I was like, listen, man, it's great. Listen, we do so much cool. I think this is my big-headed ego-driven vision of what we do is that we interview people and we have intellectual conversations and we find out about about stuff that you wouldn't even think about, and we get to hear about interesting people's ways of lives and all this stuff. But then we interject some dick jokes, and I really think that's that's the bread and butter. Also, I like to compare us to what figuratively would be the Wayne's World of Front Royal. In that we kind of we have some notoriety. I told you about the fan experience. That was really cool. When the dude was like, "Hey man, I watched the show. It's cool."
Where?
Lita's starting to get
I
recognized
get
more
that
than anybody
all
else.
the time. Like
That's because
That's because you're the hot girl on the show.
There was this chick that was standing behind me in Target. It was the first time it happened, and that was I want to say a little bit less than a year. It was
like 3 months in. It was
3 months in, and she was just smiling at me, and
it was right after we started getting cameras on.
Yeah, and I looked at her, and I was like, I just smiled back. I was like, because she was goofy smiling at me. And she's like, I just wanted to tell you that I listened to your show and I really like your hair. I was like, oh, thank you.
I hope she's watching now.
Yeah, you can see how spectacular.
Lita has her front on.
Weren't you taking your dad to the appointment and you were at the gas station?
I only had 2 hours. I had 2 fucking hours of sleep. I was not in a good mood because I had to switch pumps because a fucking pump wouldn't take my card. It did like that. It was like, nope, not working.
Yeah.
And then it wouldn't take any card. So I switched pumps, and then there was a guy that was standing pumping his shit, and he was like, "You do that Helltown radio thing, don't you?" And I was like, I'm fucking tired. I don't want to talk to people. But if you're watching right now, sorry. Like, I'm not really a bitch. I was just really tired. I'm just fucking exhausted.
Wait, who spelled cremation like that? That's not how you spell cremation.
Was it be more?
Early retiree?
Oh yeah,
Cremation.
early retiree has many questions. What funeral home do you work for?
Oh, why? Is this a trick question? Who's asking?
That's early retiree.
Who is early retiree?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think I know who it might be.
Who is it?
Fucking Pogmaster.
Who is that?
Jonah.
Reveal yourself.
Early retiree.
Ooh, yeah.
Could be him.
Ooh, reveal yourself, Jonah. Johan.
He spelled cremation cremation.
Jonah has some weird kinks, all right? There's a...
He's not speaking. So, what funeral home do you recommend?
Yeah.
Asking for a friend. Oh, man. Well, that depends on what you're looking for. There's different funeral homes for different folks.
Where do you get the head massage one? Just kidding.
I wasn't gonna say what I was thinking.
Asking for a friend.
It depends. Are you rich? Are you poor? I mean, there's different. So Umps is gonna be my favorite around here, hands down. I love them all. That we all serve the same purpose, and of course, I don't work at that particular funeral home now, but they just I like the way they do business, and they really the way that they run a funeral home is my kind of vibe. So, but they're all great, and they all have great directors. I know most of them, so still recommend them. So,
All right. Oh, so I got a question. So what happens when people go delinquent on payment? Do you guys go and repossess the urns, or like dig up the bodies and drop it off at their crib, or like how does that work?
so
That's a joke. It's a joke. But I am actually. I mean, I guess I know it probably just goes directly to it. Like it just goes to a lawyer, and a lawyer sends a notice.
So I know that corporate funeral homes have a collection agency, and they send your stuff after 30 days. Now, of course, when I worked in Colorado at the firm that I worked at, payments required in full up front. There's a few situations where they let you have a couple of days. But unless you were doing like an insurance assignment and assigning a portion, because you can do that. So you guys should get a life insurance policy. You can assign it to pay for the funeral, or even cremation, whatever. What was I saying? My train of thought.
You lost your train of thought. We were talking about the repossession process.
Oh, okay. So where I'm at now, I meet with a lot of cremation families, which is most of them nowadays. Most people are just going to cremation. Our policy is we need at least half of cremation, the cost of cremation, before we'll move forward with the cremation process. After that, you can make monthly payments.
Okay, but what if people don't pay? Do you guys go take back the urn?
No.
No, damn, dude. I was hoping it'd be like it's like the way they
Give me that bit.
And you cannot. It's illegal to withhold like somebody's cremated remains too. That's why we like
Cremains.
I hate the word cremains. It's a made-up word.
Cremains.
And they've tried to token it as a real word. It's cremated remains. It's not ashes. It's cremated remains. Ashes is what's left of like the box, like the container. But cremains sounds like a token, like.
I've never heard it until now.
Yeah.
So they
a corporate funeral homes use that term a lot.
So when how does a cremation work? Is it just a box they load you into the oven and?
So the minimum required in Virginia is basically almost like a refrigerator box. It's like a cardboard box. You have to be in that for the cremation process, but some people want full-on caskets. There are caskets you can be cremated in.
Wow, that's pricey.
Oh yeah, if you die active duty, they'll and you want to be cremated, they'll cremate you in a full casket. Mm-hmm. But other than required, it's really like I have to have all the next of kin. So if your mom dies or something and you've got siblings and y'all don't agree, I cannot move forward with cremation unless I have the majority of the sibling signature. So that kind of stuff can hold things up. Or Colorado, it was a little iffy because common law marriage is a thing there. So if somebody said I was his wife, you have to take them to court to contest it. So they are in control of final disposition.
Oh, is it? I thought like common law is like a thing here too, or is it like the legality?
No
Okay.
common law marriage in Virginia.
Huh.
Nope.
Thank
not in the
God,
Commonwealth.
it makes my job a lot harder.
So Lunar Sprunk has a few more comments. She's like Yes. Are there gently used caskets for sale?
Ooh.
No, I think that's illegal. But okay.
We hope that's illegal.
So you can rent. It's called a cremation casket. So sometimes people want to have, a lot of people for religious reasons or their families always done it. That's why they want to have a funeral with a full body present.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of money to bury in the ground if you got, so some people. But it's a lot of money. Who's playing it?
I was trying to get into
like,
the.
I was looking sick.
Like you're not going to listen to this on your way home tonight. I know you. You started the last time you were on the show. You started listening to the show as soon as the show ended.
Yeah, but I never got all the way through.
Yep.
Anyways, I lost my train of thought.
Huh.
I know.
Legality.
You were talking about reusing.
So you can rent a casket, a cremation casket, and they're made a certain way for where the bottom of the end of the casket has a door, and that alternative cremation container I was telling you about, basically a cardboard box. It's an insert, slides in and out, and each insert comes with disposable bedding. So basically, you're reusing the outside of the casket. It's like a shell.
Yeah.
And you're just putting a new
It's like
insert
what a magician
in.
would use. It would be like.
So sort of, yeah, we do have slightly used caskets. Actually, very used because lots of people use this.
Are they like bowling shoe used or like Lexus pre-owned used? You know, like what kind of
It's a certified casket.
So basically, the ones that you do see like in like oddity type shops or antique shops, those have never been used.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
there's no way. But maybe you'd be able to know if it was a cremation one though, because it'd have a door at the end of it.
It smells smoky.
I mean,
derp.
I did mess up one of our cremation caskets recently though. I bought like some. It's basically, I don't know what the stuff is. Some kind of chemical in the back that we use to like clean hair with, and I think it's like acetone. So I had this stuff on a rag and I put it on top of a wooden casket.
Oh no!
Yeah, I took the finish off of it right where the rag was.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how'd you fix it?
I didn't. My boss was just really upset. So
you're lucky. There's gonna be 6 feet of dirt on top of this, Haas.
No. It was a cremation.
Oh, cremation. Oh, so
it was a rental or cremation. So it's one
Oh,
of
you
those
think
ones
just
we
get
use
somebody to
over and over. I
refinish.
said, well, it's time for us to get a new one.
yeah, right. Let's sell this to a local weirdo so we can make
It's relict.
a soapbox racer out of it.
Dude. Yeah, like is there any like are there any times where you have to like say what you do? Like so you have to do overnights probably sometimes at the funeral home. Is that the spookiest time that there is at a funeral home, like overnight?
Oh God. Wait. Spend the night in the funeral?
Well, yeah, like do you have to like work there ever overnight?
Well, like
Ever gotten freaky in there overnight? Hey,
absolutely not.
freaky deaky.
Absolutely.
Because you see horror movies like fucking what is it? Return of the Dead. Like they have that dude that's like works overnight.
So
at a
tonight
crematorium.
I would have went and brought the person into the back. It would have been dark, turned all the lights. I would have put like a band on their ankle, tagged them, put them up in the board, and put them back in the cooler. I have to turn on all the lights to do that. I mean, it's not. It sounds scary, but I've never been scared. There.
Do you guys have, in addition to fire extinguishers, do you guys also have proton packs?
What does that mean?
It's from the Ghostbusters. Okay.
Obviously not a fucking nerd.
Obviously not. Just a funeral bish. No, the proton. No, I mean it's actually it's just fascinating because for me, my only exposure to it is what I've seen on television. So, in that it's obviously gonna be highly romanticized.
A lot. So you know how like 6 Feet Under, they live there. That really is the standard how it used to be. Like funeral homes, people lived in them. Like it was a little family's home. And they started taking care of the dead. Like that's
was
how
that because
it was
of
traditionally.
duty? Was that because of duty or for economics?
I think it's because of duty. Because I'm like, God, it makes so much sense to live at the funeral home. I mean,
would you live in yours? If you had the option, if you were opening Crumpinsons, when you open Crumpinsons,
Crumplestiltskins,
Crumple foreskins.
Thinking the same thing.
There's this bitch in high school who used to call me that.
What? She's calling crumple foreskin?
No, crumple. Crumple Stiltskin, you fucking.
I know.
Crumple Stiltskin.
I know what I'm calling you from now on. Hey,
you-
crumple foreskin. That's gonna be your bar tab from
Kick
now on.
your
It's gonna be
ass.
crumple.
Still learned how to use that black powder gun pretty quickly.
I know, dude. I forgot about the warning. I'm a wide target too, you know.
It's
and
okay.
I don't move very fast.
Yeah.
And Chris died from a vicious amount of black powder.
I think I'm gonna have the last laugh anyway, so I'm.
When she's embalming me, she's gonna be like, "I told you, motherfucker."
You crunchy vein having ass motherfucker.
Yeah, she's gonna keep my zipper open on my suit.
So Jones owns the house right behind the funeral home.
Mhm.
So the owner lives right behind the funeral home. I'd like to do something like that, where you're
Yeah,
like within walking distance.
Just have like a separate facility where you work and then.
Fuck that, put an apartment
They do-
above it
no.
so you could like come
It
down
has
an
an
elevator.
apartment in it.
No, you could do like Ghostbusters, and you have like the pole where you slide down. Dun, 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 dun,
It has
dun, 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 dun.
It has an apartment in it. They call it Grandma's apartment because that's what it was. It used to be his grandma's apartment
Yeah.
in there.
Until she died.
I would
Oh
get
yeah,
one.
it's got a recliner, TV.
I would
it's got
get
a
one-
kitchen.
I would get one intentionally that had an elevator, so like and paint everything black, and then have a smoke machine in it. So when I came down, I'd be like, oh,
Man, I'm
like,
coming
like the
down
Undertaker
Ghostbusters.
from fucking WWF and shit. I have druids all standing in a row.
coming like Kane.
Yeah, fire.
Yeah, yeah. I think.
Lunar Sprunk has made a comment.
Okay, bet.
Caskets full of baby oil is all.
What is that?
That's the Diddy funeral home. That's it.
Ew.
Diddy and Nams.
Yeah, Bad Boy Funeral Home.
Diddy and Meek's funeral. Daddy.
Crumple foreskins.
Listen, do not put me in the same sentence as P. Diddy, you freak. God.
We went over this earlier.
I have
was-
a respectable job and career, thank you. I'm a respectable member of society.
He did.
regardless of what
he
you
did,
think.
He did for a few years. Diddy for a few years, and then
Diddy.
how you think he started that shit? Like,
What
Freak
started
offs?
being a fucking weirdo?
yeah, because
I
there's
think it was
a
early on.
yeah. So apparently the name P Diddy is there's some video going around where apparently Biggie gave him that name as a joke before he died. And I think there was it was because he was referring to him as a little monkey because Diddy Kong. That video game had apparently just come out, and they was like, "Look at him, he looked like Diddy Kong."
Are you telling me that Diddy Kong is related to P Diddy? That's terrible,
Yeah,
man. I
yeah.
love Diddy Kong, man.
Well,
Why are you giving
it
this
was
guy any time? P. Diddy. Anyways,
would you embalm P Diddy?
absolutely not.
What?
I'm pretty
R.
sure.
Kelly?
I'm pretty sure he just got charged with child molestation. Did he not?
Oh, he got charged with a bunch of stuff.
Hello.
Yeah, but wouldn't you do something like?
Yeah, I would
Well,
say ethically
dude,
no.
Have we talked about pink cocaine yet?
Is that a thing?
So that's the new thing that they found out that he had. So this is a drug that has been going around, and I guess it's just now hitting like the DEA and FBI's
This
radar.
sounds like one of them things they try to scare us with. in
Well,
school.
apparently, so he used to make
Crack cocaine.
anybody that worked for him had to carry around pink cocaine with him. Now, pink cocaine has no cocaine in it. It's 50% ketamine, and I think something else is in it, but it's a dissociate. So basically, when people said that they were getting dosed by him, that's why Diddy had his staff carried around because he would tell people to put that in their drink and shit.
That's whack, dude. That guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah, dude.
Man, I don't know, $50 million, dude. You just get high on ketamine. And you get
There also is a rumor because Jamie Foxx just recorded a stand-up special. Apparently, there's a bunch of stuff about P. Diddy on there, and there's a rumor that Jamie Foxx's health problems that happened early last year were because of P. Diddy, like he had poisoned him. Because there's a video where he makes fun of P. Diddy's party, saying he could throw a better party than him, and all this stuff like with KFC and like his friends and all this other stuff for like $200 because
Everybody-
apparently P. Diddy had spent like $1 million on one of those fucking Diddy parties. So
Yeah, dude, you know how much baby oil goes for nowadays?
yeah,
Jesus.
dude, it's expensive.
Baby oil and, ketamine. I mean, Jesus, and this guy is just
Wiling out.
Talk about opulence and lubrication.
Oh, I just thought about
I
a question
lost my
that's totally irrelevant to this conversation right now. So, did you ever get anybody dressed up in a Halloween costume? Like, have you ever had a Halloween, like
Ooh, that's a great question.
some boo ghost comes in or like a sexy
No.
cop?
No, but I've had some scandalous underwear on some old ladies for sure.
Like how scandalous? What are we talking about?
I mean, like thongs and like
Oh, so,
lingerie, like stuff you'd be like, oh, this
Any
is,
butt plugs?
this is what Mama wanted to be buried in. Like,
No.
you'd be surprised.
I got
Any butt plugs?
yeah, dude.
No, but there is a thing that they have that I can see why people use them, though I've never used them. 'Cause to me, like, I want to be as least invasive as possible, but it's basically a butt plug for after death. So a bunch of shit
a
doesn't
mucus
come out.
plug.
Oh God, don't ew. That's not mucus plug is pregnancy.
No, I mean, it's also bears in hibernation. That's the first time I ever heard about it.
What?
A muco, like, so when bears go into hibernation,
This place don't let us be gross.
they just their butthole. You know, they get a mucusy butthole. That way they don't
Ew.
shit themselves when they're
All right,
hibernating.
all right. I can deal with a lot too, and shit is one that it's really hard for me at the funeral home. It's like
Is that a
if they have C. diff or something,
What-
forget it.
so there's a lot of voiding that happens.
The more
Shitting?
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, there's a lot of
The
doo-doo.
more you know.
Some people, I swear, they just like it's like they were holding it.
I mean,
They're like, I'm finally free.
Well,
Yeah,
didn't-
no, I get it.
Didn't John Wayne die with like some ungodly amount of impacted shit?
65 pounds, I think.
65 pounds! Yo, that's like a third of his body weight, I bet, was just caked up doo-doo.
No, I think it was undigested red meat. Dude. I think that's like one of those urban myths, though. You know, like, I don't feel like that's that check. Yeah, you got the fact checker, dude. You get on that, but I think that's like one of those urban legends. It's like every town, you always had the girl at the school that like did the hot dog, and like you're like, oh yeah, there was that one chick who did the hot dog. Never really happened.
Yes. Wasn't me, but no, I had this one. I'm thinking
It was
of somebody
crumple
in particular.
foreskin.
I said it was crumple still skin.
Yeah,
Not-
but I think crumple foreskin sounds so much
If
funnier.
you said
So-
foreskin one more time,
So he died of lung cancer at the age of 72, and his autopsy report reported 40 pounds of impacted fecal matter.
that's a lot of fucking poo. That's
I mean,
crazy.
he's 72. Old people are always constipated.
He had lung cancer, not ass cancer, huh?
Yeah, but he apparently ate what they're referring to as a heavily carnivore diet. Apparently,
Wait, when did he die? I might have to fact check this of when they were doing autopsies.
You know, at the Catamount Lounge, we have a piece of his birth
1979.
home.
Oh, well, then I guess so.
Actually, he died of colon cancer, but he had lung
there we
cancer.
go.
But he
That
had
makes sense now.
but he had lung cancer for 15 years. So
So, Mom and Dad, I know I told you this was a very informative show. This is just further reinforces the
fecal
fact.
impaction.
Yes, you would not realize how much poop was
Yo,
inside of John Wayne
yo.
at his. Yes.
your mom just said pants are optional.
Well, Mom, I'm not going to let you down.
You officially have the coolest mom ever. Just so that you know.
I just remember she had her booby pictures on the wall
At Vinoba.
Hell yeah. I remember that now.
booby pants from my mom.
Lunar Sprunk has also said that John Wayne had poo all the way to his lungs.
That's how he got the lung cancer.
You learned something new.
I'm not wearing pants.
In honor of my family, I honor you with my pantslessness.
I feel like nobody else is digging into their boo basket.
We're digging into the sushi basket.
I was
see that.
making them, and Adam was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Boo! I'm making boo baskets, and if I don't get a boo basket this year, I want a divorce."
George, have you had any sushi?
I've never
Yeah,
gotten a boo
I
basket
had
myself,
two pieces.
so
I'm good though.
You say that like so skeptically.
Oh, he does not like sushi.
I don't mind sushi if
Oh, I
it's
didn't know
shrimp.
that.
I'm not a fan of fish in general.
I eat one of the shrimp. I feel like an asshole now.
Oh no.
I'll eat fish lips. If
I'll try a couple more in a few minutes. I'm just not hungry right now.
He said he's looking at it with disdain.
I thought he was saying it because like we ate
There's
it
some
all.
there's some salad and there's some miso soup too.
Yeah, the miso soup's good.
Oh shit! There goes
Nice
my
and
almond joy.
Salty salty soups.
5-second rule.
No, definitely not.
Not in this place.
I told you these
I
shoes.
would know, yeah.
These shoes have been in the prep room.
Don't trust the 5-second rule here.
Don't trust the 5-second rule anywhere.
Yeah.
Seriously, because there could have been.
I've seen that dog
Ugh.
pee and poop and do other things here.
Ooh la
So
la, here we go.
yeah,
There's probably spirits falling around on my shoes and everything. Honestly,
yeah, they're like,
much as
"Ooh,
I'm like,
ow, bitch is eating candy. We can't do that.
Damn, you have the noisiest basket ever.
I'm the noisiest.
I was like, how? She doesn't even have a condenser mic. It's picking up everything over there.
It's Helltown ASMR.
It's me. I'm fucking super annoying. Sorry.
That's a dinger,
Just
man.
ask any guy who's ever dated me.
Oh, God, I'm not bringing up the pre-show story that was told.
No, but I do want to talk about a story about a friend of mine, a nameless friend of mine. Oh my God, yeah.
No.
And her name was Bingo, Bingo. And Bingo, his boyfriend threw a pair of underwear at her, and it turned out not to be hers. And we'll just leave it there. And
Who said it was her boyfriend?
Ooh.
Is that what she said?
that's what Bingo said. Bingo, what a great lady Bingo is.
Jesus Christ. So let's get into Halloween. We haven't actually got into Halloween.
Yes.
And I know Lita has been chomping at the bit.
That's what it looked like waiting for it to happen. All right, this is my turn.
Oh, you want to go into that?
I mean, we can go into anything. I love Halloween.
Oh, what are we doing?
I do movies. I recommend horror movies.
You got to do your intro.
Yes.
Welcome to.
Hello, welcome to my thing where I talk about movies and I spoil some of them because you assholes don't watch scary movies apparently, like I do. So I actually usually do like horror movies centered around our guests, but I didn't want to do it all on that. I wanted to do also Halloween related like horror movies.
I was about to say there's a Megan horror movie.
Because, it's Halloween. I think so. And I'm not going to do like the traditional like horror movies that you guys are like, oh, like Halloween the movie. Huh? No, I'm talking about movies that are obscure, independent, something that you probably never seen. I will recommend it and I'll tell you where to watch it. And then you can tell me what you think and tell me, your recommendations. So the first 5 I'm doing based on funeral homes, morticians, funeral directors, stuff like that. So number 5 for this one is The Autopsy of Jane Doe. That's 2016, directed by Andre Overdahl. A coroner and his son conduct an autopsy on a beautiful Jane Doe murder victim and find increasingly bizarre cues. So it's throughout the whole like movie, they just find more and more bizarre things that like don't make sense. Like they open her chest and they see writing on the inside of her wall, and then they see like her fingers are burned or something. So they deduce that she was a witch, and whoever like exorcised her body like made it so that she couldn't be alive, but she is alive sort of. So watch this movie. It's on AMC Plus. I liked it. It's pretty good. There's no happy ending. And I like no happy ending movies. They're great. So
no happy ending for you.
Yeah, no happy endings. Number 4, Afterlife, 2009. 2009. That's Agnieszka. I butchered that name. It's Wojcicka. That's probably not how you say it, but that's her name. After a horrific car crash, a young teacher awakes on a mortuary slab. The funeral director convinces her that she is not alive and that he could speak to the dead, but transitioning into the spirit world. Is he telling the truth?
That's weird.
This movie got me because it's got Christina Ricci in it, and it's got
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson. He is the funeral.
What's it called?
It is called Afterlife. It's not quite a horror. It's a drama. It's a drama thriller. Excellent movie, and it has you fucked up until the very end. It's very good. You can find that on Prime to rent right now.
So I'm reading it, and there's a fictional drug in it called hydronium bromide that relaxes the muscles but keep rigor mortis from setting in.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
Is there any drug that does that?
there's a drug. Actually, I posted about it the other day where it relaxes your body, but it also keeps you from breathing. There's two different drugs. There's one that you can administer that will render you like motionless, but you're awake. You know what's going on. You can still breathe though.
That sounds like sleep paralysis.
And then there's another one where when they administer it, it keeps you from breathing. So these two drugs, usually they use it with anesthesia. So the other one, you need to have you need to be ventilated, otherwise you're going to die because it relaxes everything, including that nerve. That
well, that's what when you die of like an opiate overdose, with opiate overdoses, that it cuts off that function for you to breathe too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're fucking so high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a different type of drug. It's not an opiate or anything. It literally touches onto those neurons. It shuts everything off. And again, there's two of them. There's one where you can breathe, and the other one where you're not breathing. You ain't breathing. All right, number 3. You're gonna appreciate this one. Return of the Living Dead. That's 1985, directed by Dan O'Bannon. When Foreman Frank shows his new employee Freddy a secret military experiment in the supply warehouse of a mortuary, the two klutzes accidentally release the gas and reanimates corpses within the building into flesh-eating zombies. As the epidemic spreads
the Tar Man
throughout Louisville, Kentucky, and the creatures satisfy their hunger in gory and outlandish ways, they try to find a way out of the mortuary. That was really good. They're trapped in there. So I like the movie. I like
and it's got that hot ass zombie.
The medical supply room.
Yeah.
That's like the best part.
And the punk rock zombie that's zombie stripper.
Yeah, the zombie stripper. Yeah, she was pretty hot in that. I actually saw like a recent photo of her, and she's definitely does not look like that anymore at all. So, like, I'm gonna save you guys from going down the rabbit hole of wanting to know what she looks like now. Definitely not like that. All right, number 4. I Am Not a Serial Killer. That's 2016. Directed by Billy O'Brien. A teenager searches for a supernatural killer behind the town's grisly murders, but instead of prevailing in his revenge mission, he sets off a deadly game of cat and mouse. And the reason why I included this, he's the protagonist along with his mother. They own a funeral home, and they start getting these bodies, but he notices that, like, the people that he's seen with a specific person, one of his neighbors, who he believes is a serial killer. So it's like one of those, like, it's not gore horror, but horror mystery, I would call it. And you can find that on AMC Plus or Shudder. Pretty good movie. This one's a not well-known one, and it's a drama romance. It's not a horror movie. It is called Kissed. That's 1996. It was directed by Lynn Stopowich. So a teenager by the name of Sandra is obsessed with death, so much so that after wandering into a funeral home, she wishes to be a mortician. But this fascination becomes highly sexual as Sandra develops a taste for necrophilia.
What is with people? Ew, gross.
Her secret passion doesn't cause any problems until she goes into college and meets a medical student who soon falls for this unusual lady. She comes clean about her morbid sexuality, but turning her on the world of the living is not such an easy task. This movie is disturbing, but it's not a horror movie. I put it on my list, and I put it as number 1 because I found the movie fascinating. Like, would you ever, if you're going out with somebody and you have those proclivities, would you like, oh, by the way, I kind of like fucking dead people? Like, would you ever, if
FYI,
you had...
guys, I'm calling the cops.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds like
weird. Fucking sick.
Weird.
Absolutely not. No.
So those were my 5 for that area. Watch them. Let me know what you think if you have anything. And I know, like, there are obviously other films like Reanimator. Those movies are great, but they're so well known. I wanted to put something on the list that nobody really knows about. So, my 5 for Halloween. These are Halloween movies or movies that take place around Halloween. Number 5, Ginger Snaps. That's 2000, directed by John Fawcett. The story of 2 outcast sisters, Ginger and Brigitte, in the mindless suburban town of Bailey's Downs. On the night of Ginger's first period, she's savagely attacked by a wild creature. Ginger's wounds miraculously heal, but something is not quite right, and now Bridget must save her sister and save herself. It's a very, very, very good movie. You can find that on AMC Plus. There is horror, there is gore. One of the first Canadian horror movies that I've seen that I actually like, and there's not very many of them. So check that out. Number 4, May. That's 2002. Directed by Lucky McKee. A young misfit by the name of May endures a difficult childhood because of her lazy eye. And though contact lenses have helped her adjust as a young adult, her deep-seated awkwardness remains a problem. Adam, a young man obsessed with fixing wrecked cars, takes a shine to her, but May's strangeness ultimately drives him away, leaving her open to advances of her coworker, Polly. But then when Polly dumps her too, she becomes emotionally unstable and turns to violence. Very good movie. Takes place around Halloween. So I liked it. It's pretty fun. Let's see. Number 3, Terrifier. The first one of the 3. That's 2016. Directed by Damien Leone, a crazy clown stalks and tries to kill 3 women in a wretched old apartment building on Halloween night. I don't know if you guys seen like the first one or the second one even. The third one is amazing. And I noticed like there was a lot of people that went out to see the third one without seeing the first 2. Definitely see the first 2, but why don't you go back and watch Hallows' Eve? That's where he made his first appearance, I think. That and another film. So check them all out. They're pretty good. A lot of gore, and it's just fun. I like watching, especially the special effects that took place in Terrifier 3. You know, that they didn't do a lot of CGI stuff, and most of it was the good old stuff, right?
Charlie. What's up, Al?
All right. Number 2, Halloween 3. Yes, I had to put a Halloween movie on this list, but I wanted to go with a traditional Halloween type movie. Season of the Witch. That's 1982. Directed by Tommy Lee Wallace. A hospital emergency room doctor, Daniel Chalice, and Ellie Grimbridge, the daughter of a murder victim, uncover a terrible plot in a small town. Mask maker Connell, a madman who's planning a Halloween mass murder utilizing the ancient Celtic ritual. The ritual involves a boulder stolen from the Stonehenge, and they use the silver shamrock mask as a triggering device contained in the television commercial, all designed to kill millions of children.
Shamrock.
So yeah, like the other day, I was like, and it was stuck in my head, like
8 more days to Halloween.
Halloween. Silver shamrock. One of like the most disturbing scene is the melting. The kid.
Oh yeah, when the snake come out of his mouth.
Yeah, and like it's just melts his face. It's a really good movie. This, out of all of the Halloweens, has nothing to do with Mike Myers, and that's why I love it.
It does.
How does it?
They link it loosely in the last couple movies. So you know how that
But
cult...
that's not this movie.
Well, no, so the cult was...
I think that's just a ply to try to mix it. Like
no, so they said, like, after the first 2, the Carpenter made, right? It was just supposed to be an anthology series, and each one was supposed to change. That's why 3 was like that. But you know how that cult was like a Celtic cult? That mark that they had in the later movies is the same mark from that one. So they probably did try to connect it.
Yeah, they're just trying to connect it. It had nothing to do with it. So definitely checked out that movie, not only because it has nothing to do with Michael Myers, but it is a legitimate Halloween movie about a Halloween mask that kills children. And what's scarier than that? Number 1 is...
1 second.
Oh. Are you trying to show me the, like... Yeah. This is always stuck in my head forever. David actually likes this song. I've played it so many times. Like he does his stimming on his like little bouncy thing. Whenever it comes, it's hilarious. He dances to it. All right, number 1 is Trick or Treat.
Ooh.
Yes, 2007, directed by Michael Dougherty. Interwoven stories demonstrate some traditions are best not forgotten as the residents of a small town face real ghosts, goblins, and other things on Halloween. Tales of Terror reveal the consequences of extinguishing a jack-o'-lantern before midnight and a grumpy hermit's encounter with a sinister trick-or-treater. Yes, this movie is amazing. I personally, I love anthologies. I like little bits because I'm ADHD as fuck, and sometimes like a long drawn out story, just it takes a long time for me to watch those type of movies. In fact, sometimes I have to watch them over and over again. But this one's perfect. Little bite-sized stories, and it's all centered around Halloween and around a monster called Sam. And
Sam.
Yes, he's the diabolical little trick-or-treater.
Burlap sack wearing.
Yeah. So that is actually on AMC Plus, and it's on Max right now. So check that movie out if you haven't already. It's so good. And this, I think the same guy did Krampus too. Like, I hear like rumors that he's going to do a second installment of Trick or Treat. I honestly don't know how I feel about it because it's so good. Like, how you can't do better than that. Have you ever seen it?
No.
It's actually a funny movie.
I know. I've wanted to see it.
It's a funny movie.
Against it. It comes up on my thing. I still know I've never seen it, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it now during Christmas season.
It's pretty good. I absolutely love that movie. It's still my favorite Halloween movie. So let me know what you guys think. What are your recommendations for Halloween? Again, I like obscure. I like it. I like it obscure, something that I've never heard of. So give me a recommendation that you think I've never watched, and I will happily accept the challenge.
Do you only watch horror?
Yeah, I only watch horror.
No, I was just wondering because I just watched this movie the other night called Woman of the Hour, and I didn't realize that it was based on the serial killer until
see, I watch
afterwards.
stuff like that.
It's based on the game show killer, and I cannot think of his
Oh,
name.
wait.
Don't quote me, but they did a little movie. The movie definitely left out a lot, though. If you've like watched the story,
Is it on
it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I watched it the other day.
Yeah.
I watched that. And I actually watched the documentary. That guy was crazy. I don't know how did he get away with it for so long?
But watching the movie though, like I don't know, it was kind of surreal.
Mhm.
Like her walking the parking lot, because I know as a woman, there's been plenty of times that I felt that feeling like there was a man behind me and here, and I've got note. That's why everyone should go learn how to shoot a gun. The movie, Woman of the Hour.
Woman of the Hour.
Have you seen it?
No,
It's very good.
It's about the
check it out.
the guy that was on that dating show.
So we got some,
But they have a scene where he like follows her in the parking lot.
we got some questions from the chat.
Chat.
What's everyone's favorite sexy Halloween costume? Wrong answers only.
The yip thing. Yip.
Casey Anthony.
I saw one the other day that Donald wore. That was
Oh yeah, that one's hilarious. He was dressed up as a priest and he had a doll attached to his crotch. That one was good, Donald.
That was a killer one.
That was a killer one.
Also, B Moore said he was about to watch Terrifier, but I'm glad you recommended Hallows Eve. We're gonna watch that instead.
Yeah, watch that one first because that's the beginning of Art the Clown. That's his origin story.
So the new Terrifier, I will say, there's a lot of shocking things that happen, like very quickly.
Yeah. I
heard a lot of people walked out in the first 15 minutes, but if they did, they didn't even get to the good stuff. Because you see stuff, but you don't see it happen. And the rest of the movie, you see everything happen.
If nobody's gonna eat one of them salads, I'm gonna eat it.
Eat that salad.
If it's got ginger dressing on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. Right on.
Toss her salad.
No,
Toss
I
her
can
the
toss
salad.
it myself.
Whoa. Hey, that's pretty flexible.
You a contortionist?
Flexible like that? All right.
Well, you got one of them diseases where like contortionist head?
I'm double jointed.
Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Guac.
So what do you? Hey, you know what? Do you listen to music while you're
Consider me
working?
Catholic. Yes. Oh, when I'm prepping? Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Like what's your go-to?
Oh, I usually keep. To be honest, I keep it on like 90s country.
Okay, that's cool. I think it'd be weird if you add on Ace of Base.
No.
Well, you know,
I
saw the sun. I opened up my mind.
Well, that's the alternative. Is like 90s alternative. That'd be that, or I don't try to listen to a lot of rap just because all the cuss words. Some people, a lot of part timers at funeral home are like preachers and whatnot.
Like, oh my goodness, a wet ass pussy.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I would listen to death metal.
Some days I have Megan The Stallion. No,
Megan
but honestly, it's a lot of country music.
Play
What
Tool.
is this? Adele? No, I would cry. No. Aww.
I was wondering.
What's going on?
Let's not kill the vibe.
Hello.
What do you mean kill the vibe? Put on some saline. Jesus. Let's get down. Oh, boy. Yeah.
I don't have a fork.
I would definitely listen to Tool or like Pussifer.
I think I would listen to classical music just in case. I wouldn't want to invoke anything.
Lately, I've been watching movies.
Okay.
Setting my phone up and having it playing and stuff in the background.
This is what Chris would.
I hope you're not watching like comedies. Start busting out laughing in the middle of it. Oh yeah.
This is what Chris is going.
Is this Shakira?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Dude.
Wherever.
She's still just as hot as she was back then.
And she still sound like she.
And still more talented than you.
Nah.
You don't know
You
about
don't know about me.
You don't know about his
Shakira?
hips.
You
don't know
you
about
can
me?
shake your hips like that, huh?
Yes, actually,
Yeah.
George can.
You don't know about me. You ain't even asked me.
What's that? What's that?
That's the alarm for me being the
I
most
said
hip
you've been
shaking
downloading
this
too
nigga
much
ever.
porn.
No such thing. You over there.
Oh my goodness, the lambada, the forbidden dance, the forbidden dance.
For
That was actually a
Bolden.
great song.
Das ist verboten. What's up?
Shakira.
Yeah, man. I feel
I'll
like
be here and you'll be there. You know?
is that your karaoke?
You know?
I'll be here, you'll be there, whatever.
Oh, let's hear you. Oh, I'm sorry.
You better sing it
What's
karaoke.
your go-to karaoke song again?
What's my go-to? I have a few. I've got a few
No,
go-tos.
there's one.
I mean, we close it out. We close it out with the Rammstein. Du hast mich. Yeah, dude. That's my. That's me. That's me. And the big bad bratwurst of the Shenandoah Valley. Jan H. Salvato.
Yanni!
Y'all got that
Yanni, you're
water.
a big Yanni fan.
I am.
Yeah.
He's all got a big-ass fucking crystal around his neck.
That, you know, that's what they see saying. He's got a big old how's you doing? And big crystal means big, you know, the big bad bratwurst.
He's aligning his chakras.
Yeah, he is. He's aligning that chakra.
All about the energy.
Put some lotion
man.
in the basket.
Yeah, man. You take a bath. Take a bath in his magical water, and
Anyways.
you think Molly water or some shit?
First time I met that dude was at Vinova, and Jay introduced him as like, this dude has water, and I was like, yo, who doesn't? And then it was
PCP.
and
Wow.
That's the magic. Ta-da! Your eye.
yeah, I was like, what? Water? Okay.
Oh no, Yanni's the man though. He's really, like, that dude's the most positive dude I think I've ever met in my life. He's, and like by far one of like he's man. The other day I was driving by him, and it's funny because like when Yanni's caught off guard, he's like, it's Yanni still, you know.
Yeah.
He's hyper animated. So he like, I was like, you son of a bitch. And he looks over and he's like, whoa. I love you, Yanni. I love you, baby. And it was just super funny to see, like, from afar, like, and it was
his literal surprise.
well, yeah, because you know he's an entertainer, so sometimes but it's awesome to see that's that dude. He's the man, dude. Yeah, he'll be doing karaoke this Friday. Scarioke.
Yay. So
Hopefully, maybe some karaoke even.
Is anybody going to be dressing up for that, or am I going to be
Yes.
the only one?
Everybody, this
Again.
is the Hanukkah of Halloweens.
Yes.
All right, this is
Yeah.
many days.
It's
That's
crazy nuts.
yeah. But I went to
What, at the Catamount or Mount?
Mount. Catamount. The
Catamount.
Catamount Lounge at 124 East Main
Catamount.
Street in Front Royal, Virginia.
Catamount.
I'm
I've been
so
calling it the
excited.
Catamount.
Catamount.
I can't.
You can't.
It's
There's
Catamount.
no
Catamount.
sleep
Catamount.
from here on to
Catamount.
like Saturday, I think.
No
Yep.
sleep
No sleep.
till
Brooklyn.
No. I gotta wake up. I gotta wake up at like 4. I gotta work. Then I gotta drive my dad all the way to his heart appointment, and then I gotta come back, and then I gotta like get my costume on and stuff.
Well, one of your costumes is quite intensive, right? The Baphomet.
Yes, the Baphomet one. Like I'm like on the fence. I don't know whether I should do that one on one of the Catamount ones. Like, which one should I do it for Thursday or should I do it for Friday? But it will be like one of those costumes on those days, and of course this. have a choice of that. But it's gonna be cold on the river.
That's gonna be 80
I heard,
degrees
yeah, it's gonna be
tomorrow.
80 degrees tomorrow.
What?
Yeah.
Hmm. Maybe I can. Just
I don't even know what I'm gonna be.
I'm gonna be myself. A funeral.
I mean, that's
director.
scary.
That's scary. Yeah.
What did you said it on the way out? You were like, "I'm the Grim Reaper." And
I
that's,
really am.
I mean, man, the Joe Kenda of dead people.
Lunar Sprunk
Dude,
says,
I love Joe Kenda. If like we were the same age, he'd totally be my man. I mean, he's got the swag.
Joe, dude, you know Joe Kenda is. We should get him on the show.
Oh,
If we can get Joe Kenda on the show, that would
be my dream come true.
It would be my
He's
dream
like my
come true.
idol. No, for real. Me and my grandma used to watch all of them. That's before I ever lived in Colorado Springs. And then when I moved there, it took me a while to realize, like, oh my god, this is where those
I'm in
all
this-
those murders
the only thing-
happened.
I'm breathing the same air.
all of the shows
only-
are on Max right now, and I've watched all of them, like every single fucking one
He's
of them.
such
And
a
now,
he's just such a good storyteller.
I love his voice too.
Yeah.
Like he's
The
got
weird-
Kenda.
You know, the weird thing. The only thing that weirded me out about him is that he said he's like, I don't care what I eat. Whenever I go to lunch, I just go through the drive-through. I order a number one, and I take whatever they give me because every place has a number one. And I was like, that's brilliant and weird and like Russian roulette at the same time.
What if it was something he's allergic to?
I don't think of Joe Kenda is like Chuck Norris, man. He's a man of very
He's like,
few
I-
weaknesses.
He solved so many homicides.
Yeah.
I eat
400.
cigarettes and piss gasoline.
It's pretty much what he does, dude. Actually,
I would
when he
love
does,
to
like,
be a Joe Kenda.
when they do the reenactments, and then like his head pops in, and he's like, "She won't be doing that anytime."
Yeah,
soon." Like, it's so funny. I'm like, yes, I
that
love it.
wasn't the case.
oh man.
Oh,
But
yes,
he just-
Shout out Joe Kenda. Joe Kenda, if you're watching,
He doesn't live in Colorado anymore, though. He lives somewhere else.
probably L.A. or New York or
I don't know.
one of those places where you can. Well, maybe
Are
even
you gonna
maybe
send
Front
him
Royal.
a message?
Yeah, let's send him a message. We'll send
I'm
him.
down, for real.
All right, we're gonna send him a message.
Joe
We're sending a
Kenda.
message right now
Make
to Joe
a
Kenda.
wish.
Yes, make us a wish. Make our wish come true, Joe Kenda. Come solve a murder in Front Royal with us on the show.
Anybody could solve murders here, because
He was
Yeah,
like,
they're pretty cut and dry.
yeah.
They're like, yeah, drugs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's an opiate overdose. Dun 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 dun.
No, that's not really a murder though.
Well,
No.
they'll say that, and if you did drugs, and that's basically they're like, yeah, you overdosed. Nobody's gonna investigate. Seriously, sadly, that's how it is around here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yikes.
if you
He had a
Something-
perforated colon.
as long
And there
like
was
if
signs
you
of a
died
struggle.
somewhere, they found you. If they found a prescription bottle and saw that you were under a doctor's care for anything, and that doctor's willing to sign, even though everybody knows that you probably died of an overdose, they're gonna save the resources from the state. This is just my perspective on it from what I've seen. And they just the doctor will sign off on whatever they
So
they died from
is-
diabetes or
So is it like a longer process if it's a suicide or an overdose?
Well,
Like, is
they usually do like a local view ME case where a local medical examiner will come to the funeral home, but they still take blood and fluid from like your eyes and they send it off to be tested and stuff. It's money that costs because they have to
Oh.
pay. So honestly, a lot of cases that probably should get an autopsy just don't. Yeah.
Whack.
So when you request an autopsy, that's an extra charge.
Well, you can't really request one from the state. The medical examiner is going to say yes, either take a case or decline it. If they decline it, you can hire a private medical examiner to do an autopsy. That's going to be at $4,000 and up.
God damn.
And you got to do it at the funeral
Man.
home. Yeah.
Googly moogly.
So really, and most people think like, oh, like, well, how did mom die? Like, what's the cause of death? It's whatever they were treating your mom for or whatever. They just assume that's what killed them. Nobody knows
Damn.
unless
Yeah.
like you got an autopsy, which isn't going to happen unless you died under suspicious circumstances. Most people don't realize that.
Oh.
So no, nobody knows how anybody died really unless you get an autopsy.
Have you ever had any like them come and take a body right before you embalmed it? Just like they were like, oh no, like we got.
Oh yeah, I've had actually recently a case that ended up being taken back to the medical examiner. I cannot remember what it was. Sometimes there's things that like flag, like if somebody was recently in a hospital or recently had a surgery because they want to see did that surgery cause this person to die.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, and a lot of like elderly people who fall in nursing homes and stuff because there's like elder abuse and.
Wow. Is there a lot of like elderly people that like you can tell they've been abused when you get the body, or is it? Just,
I would
like,
say maybe not, just definitely neglected. Anybody who's in those nursing homes, I mean, they're just not gonna get the kind of care unless you're in like a high end But most of the nursing homes around here now, especially if your like loved one is like total care, they're gonna have bed sores. I've seen some of the worst bed sores ever in my life. You know, like where your body just starts eating itself from inside out. Like it's terrible. So if I ever come to that, blow my brains out. Do not let me sit here.
In case my daughter is watching this, I will haunt the shit out you.
Well, in case my daughter's watching this, happy birthday, Jordan! It's her
Happy birthday!
Yeah. 22 years old.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
22 years old.
Hey, that's exact. Or wait, no, that's 23.
And yeah, she's gonna be.
Or is it a
she's
Taylor
I'm
Swift
sure
song?
she's out on a cruise
It's Taylor Swift song,
with her
right?
homegirl. Be doing big.
Oh, dude, my daughter is also on a cruise right now.
That's why I was. Maybe, dude, what if they're on the same one?
That would be fucking nuts.
Where's the cruise to?
I don't know that much.
Yeah, I knew the men wouldn't know. So.
I called my daughter earlier. I think
She's not wrong.
They're like, what if they're on the same one? Okay, why are we not asking more questions?
My daughter.
That's all we need to know.
I don't know exactly.
Thank you very much.
I don't know exactly where my daughter's going for all of the stops, but I know she's in Mexico right now.
Oh man, I'm surprised my mom hasn't chimed in on this whole thing about like if she,
Maybe she has.
The last thing she said, your mom said, I think was, other than pants are optional, was something about my kids won't have an argument, and I think it was referring to her funeral.
Oh yeah, her funeral. Yeah, we're gonna throw
How
a big
are
ass
they gonna
party.
bury Shakira if her hips don't lie? This doesn't make any sense.
That's definitely Jonah.
No, that was Lunar Sprung.
Oh, Luna Sprung.
And Brian Morton referred to Shakira as the she-wolf.
That's actually one. That's just one part of Shakira.
And he said, I love that song.
I think that was a euphemism for her vagina.
Louis also said, bathroom mat costume.
Bathroom mat costume. I guess you dress up as a bathroom mat. Oh yeah.
As long as you don't die in a bathroom, that shit fucking sucks.
Elvis style.
Like between the toilet.
Oh,
and the
then
tub.
and then they have to like
then
retrieve
if
you
you get
only.
rid
You're
of-
like really like
Yeah.
stiff.
Oh, the Elvis?
Well, he's stuck in.
What's the
You're
best
right.
way? What's the best way? Should
To
like
die in your bed.
Fucking.
in your
Yeah.
In your bed. Literally, in your bed.
in your sleep. You don't get to. You don't.
In
feel
your
it.
bed, preferably a hospice bed. Everybody should get on hospice if they know that they're dying. Don't wait till last minute.
So if a meteor's heading towards Earth,
Yes.
everybody
Get
just get
in a
bed.
fucking bed, please.
Nah. It's the Al Bundy way to die, yo.
What's that?
What a piece of pizza in one hand and a
Or-
greasy hooter in the other.
Or you know what's even easier, obviously, is being in a hospital
Yeah.
because then you go to the morgue and they already have
Well,
you
you're
bagged.
thinking you're thinking of it from your perspective, like
Who else? I mean,
yeah, a bed at home would probably be. I know that's how my dad went, and like that's how he wanted to go. He didn't want to be in a hospital, so.
Ooh.
I say load me up on the drugs and I'll fall asleep. That's the best way to go, I think. Like if you're on hospice or something, I think
If I was
I'll just float out.
Let's see.
I'm saying like at 100 skydiving, just let me have a heart attack.
I'd say. I mean, maybe just.
Well,
get,
what
like,
if your parachute didn't work? You just
Oh fuck it, then
Flat.
win-win. That fucking then I don't have to have a funeral. I'll just explode and turn into pink dust.
Oh my god!
I'd probably want to get loaded into like a human cannon type situation.
Oh, the Hunter S. Thompson.
And then shot into the ocean. Yeah, I think that's my option.
You can't be buried at sea.
Well, I know Hunter S. Thompson had his, like, I guess he got cremated and then he got his ashes put into a cannon and got shot out. Like, Johnny Depp paid for that shit.
You can send your ashes to space.
You can turn your ashes
They do
into
a diamond.
gems.
Ooh, yeah.
I want
Yeah,
to
make me into some earrings.
Except there's no DNA left, which to me
The
kills
out-
it. I'm just
Yeah.
like, there's no.
Well, what if you cut off your finger early and
dust.
just...
The Outlaws smoke Tupac's ashes in a blunt.
I wouldn't doubt it.
No, they do. That's an actual true story.
What?
They
Yeah,
pulled
they
they pulled a how high.
Yeah, they put his blunt. They put his ashes from his cremation into a blunt.
All
and
of
they
them?
smoke- Yeah, all the dudes. Yeah. From
What if it was all ashes, no
No, I'm
refill?
sure it was probably like sprinkling some
I
hash. in
feel
the
like
blunt, you know?
this is like
I feel like that's a lie.
What if they?
No,
What's
they
that?
all talked about it.
What
in
if that's how they got their
interviews.
rapping powers?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dude. I mean, I would,
Yeah.
dude. Listen, if somebody passed me a blunt and they said there's Tupac ashes in it, I don't give a shit if there's also PCP. I'm still gonna hit this. All right,
I don't know, man.
Fuck it, I'm going, dude. Could you imagine? That's
I would like gauge. I'd be like, what does it taste like? And then like if it's not bad,
I guess
What if it just tastes like burnt toenails?
I've definitely inhaled enough ashes that I guess it doesn't really matter.
Ooh.
I mean, like working in the crematory and stuff, like
When you open it
it's
up,
hot,
is it?
and you have to, you call it raking. It's almost like a broom.
Oh, you got to break it up.
Well, yeah, you have, afterwards, but you have to rake all the stuff to the end and like dump it into
Is
like
it like when you open a hot oven? Does it just like hit you in the face?
Yeah, and it's all the debris. Like literally, I'm not kidding.
Damn.
You'll have a film of it inside your nose.
Out, it's
Yeah.
the same thing. Like you like it's
and stuck on your face.
It smells
Yeah.
it smells like a croque monsieur.
What you don't know what
Ham.
like the crematorium if there's different like stuff they have to like keep stuff down, or if it's just like an
It
oven.
sucks. It's hot, and that's the main reason I don't want to be cremated. Not that I would give a shit after I'm dead, but it's just like, ew, I had enough of it.
I think like
No,
and
thank
this is
you.
gonna sound stupid, but I think it would like I'd be worried like what if like you have that part of your consciousness is still in the body for a little bit. Maybe
It's
they
definitely
load you,
not. It's definitely not, dude. I know that much.
or they load you in the oven and you're like, oh no, it's warm as fucking here. What y'all do? Ah!
yeah, your neurons cease to exist 8 minutes after death. So
Yeah. I've also
your neurons
thought
stop working.
I've
or
spent
stop
enough
I
time
don't know.
around dead bodies.
8
I can
minutes.
tell you, there's no soul in there when I get to them.
Yeah.
Casper the Friendly Ghost disputes that.
No, this is total
Casper's
science.
not
They
in the
actually
body.
measured electrical activity in the brain. It ceased to exist.
well,
after
8 minutes. 8 minutes in like brain time is like eternity. I've also thought about that. Like they talk about like is there an afterlife? People see stuff. Your brain, like especially when it dumps DMT into your brain.
Oh my god, I was gonna say that. I watched a documentary. They don't know whether it's afterlife or if it's just DMT in your brain making you think that
Well,
you have a
yeah,
near-death
like-
experience.
Well, like they say, a lot of
Dun,
people
dun,
that have like those
dun.
near-death experiences, they see all these like different things. But they've also talked about like there's like people that get attacked by animals. Like the animal will turn into like a bunch of flowers before it bites them and shit, just because your body's like, oh, you're gonna die, and dumps a bunch of DMT into your like system. So that like who's to say how long the afterlife could be eternity? Because 8 minutes in dream time is probably fucking like 1,000 years, and like
But your energy definitely, that can't
Yeah,
be
you
disputed.
can't.
It
You
goes
can't.
somewhere.
You can't destroy energy. So
Oh
It's
yeah,
just definitely not in the body. I know that. It's,
yeah.
nothing in
I
there.
sort of don't know. Like I go from like alternating between like it's just like when you turn off a light, you're done. It goes off. And that's more like I think about like when you see animals like they die, and like people are really like there's an afterlife with deer, like depending on how you
Depending
believe.
on your god.
Yeah,
You know,
and then like, and then there's some like sometimes I think about like there's probably is like like whether it's like something we can quantify, like maybe it's not heaven, but maybe it's just like you fucking were made of stardust or whatever. Maybe when that energy is released, it just shoots back and you get recycled.
Yo, one way we
I'm
can
not
find
trying
out
to
about
come
it.
back.
I dare somebody to eat that golf ball of wasabi. I think that you would definitely touch the outer limits of your sentient being and be back again.
I dare you to snort a rail of it.
Oh, dude, that's too chunky. So,
Chop-
but there are
chop that shit up.
3 pieces of sushi left. We have
Eat
the
it.
taco, the esco. Are you not having any more sushi?
I'm having this one.
All right. Are you done with the sushi?
yeah, I'm full.
All right, fine. Then I'm going for this
I
one.
might actually.
Speaking of
the
sentient,
spicy
speaking of
is-
sentient, I'm about to eat the sentient beings. I'm about to eat this octopus, and I'm sorry for it.
You're not
Yeah.
sorry though.
Have
Well,
y'all
you
seen
see
the
it, like,
octopus
it's
or My Teacher the Octopus? Is that what it's
Yeah.
called?
Oh my
Oh, I
god.
cried.
Yeah. I can't.
Well,
I can't eat
I think
octopus
it's like
anymore.
they've said like octopus are one of the few animals where like it's almost like them and mushrooms are
Watch,
like one
watch
of the
that
two things on
documentary
Earth.
and try not to cry.
Oh, like there's a lot of stuff I didn't know about octopus until like I think I watched like something by David or Richard
They're so
Attenborough
smart.
about how they can change their form and their color.
Well, and
Like-
they're able to form like emotion and relationships,
Ooh,
like a bond.
So
Yep,
good penguins.
super cute.
Yeah,
Super
Yeah,
cute.
that documentary was good. I
I'd
watched
love
that
to
one.
have a pet octopus.
They're hard. To
Oh yeah, I
keep.
wouldn't be. I'd
Well,
Like
what
they
do they-
get out of the cage. That's
I can
yeah,
barely
yeah.
take care of myself.
So I know, and like I don't know if it was a pet store or a marine preserve. They kept having like all the fish in this one tank would be missing the next morning, and they set up cameras, and the octopus would crawl out of his shit, crawl into it, eat all of them, and then crawl back into his shit.
Smart.
Like,
They're hyper intelligent.
I wonder what like
Creatures.
some people like say that they could be like an alien species through like
Which is all the more reason for you to watch Underwater.
underwater is the straight shit.
Yeah, that movie.
It's one of the few movies where they have a Cthulhu like character where I'm like, there's two movies where they have a character that's sort of like Cthulhu where I'm like, yeah, they got it right. It's that and Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah,
Like
Cabin
that
was
shit,
shit.
like at the end, that movie is like full of turns where you're like, this
I
is
think I'm gonna watch that
perfect.
tonight, actually.
Like the fact that the two dudes are like gambling, that whole like
Yeah.
comedy part of it, the stoner being like, yeah, I'm fucking crawling through these holes, they ain't gonna kill me, and like then at the very end when that hand comes out, it's fucking like, holy
I also-
fucking shit, it's perfect.
I like the fact that one of the producers is the guy that plays Brad in Adventures in Babysitting.
Yeah,
So cool. And then Homeboy kicks him in the balls.
I mean,
In
it
the
makes
middle.
that's the same dude that directed. It's Joss Whedon. He's the same guy that did the Avengers movies and Buffy the Vampire Slayers.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
Yep.
Yup.
Your homework is to watch Trick or Treat. Don't watch something
You
you've
haven't-
already
I will.
seen.
Yeah, dude.
All right,
Trick or Treat is awesome.
Yeah,
it's got,
I gotta
it's
take the
funny.
glasses
It's
off.
it's
totally
got Brian
funny.
Cox in it, and he's fucking an asshole neighbor, an old dude.
Yeah,
He's perfect.
he's hilarious
Oh,
in
my
it.
goodness.
I told you to shut up.
The dad is the
Yeah.
creepy white guy with the glasses, the serial killer homeboy.
Yeah.
Like, there's all kinds of awesome shit in that.
All right.
Anthology movies were a bigger thing when in the 80s, man. Like,
Charlie
Steve,
Brown's an asshole. That's my favorite part.
what's your favorite anthology movie? Like,
It's Trick or Treat.
So-
Hands down. I
so
love,
I
I
don't-
love Trick or Treat. I'm gonna like. I like Creep Show and all
I
those
like
other
Creep
movies,
Show, too.
But
Sushi with embalming fluid and epoxy. Who is this person?
that's that's Louis. I don't really think this movie's super good, but I like the not the preview, but the trailer for it. It's Stephen King's Cat's Eye, but it's just because of the guy being like Stephen King's Cat's Eye.
I mean, that's a great one too. However, there's something to be said when there's like gore, horror,
yeah.
scary, and funny.
Werewolves.
Funny,
Sexy
yeah,
ass
like
werewolves.
Sexy ass werewolf. I mean, the whole movie. It's funny, and there's sexy werewolves, Chris.
Yes, sexy
werewolves.
with awesome transformation scenes. Like werewolf, that's like you can lose me in a werewolf movie if the fucking transformation scene sucks. I'll get so fucking angry. I'll be like, this is the wackest shit ever. Like wolfing.
Yeah.
Movie seems like it's gonna be good, and then they show the full transformation, and you're like, that's a cat dog. What the fuck are they doing? American Werewolf in London. That shit's perfect.
Yeah.
Like when his hands go out and his skin rips and he's fucking in pain and screaming, perfect. You know what isn't bad either?
What?
Fucking Thriller. Michael Jackson when he transforms, but they ruined it by doing
They're
the
pedophile.
well, yeah, he was.
Yeah.
But the movie, like that shit that Landau directed, he also directed American Werewolf in London.
Mm-hmm.
When Michael Jackson is transforming in the actual video, it's awesome. But if you see the behind the scenes, it's Michael Jackson screaming, and he's like, "Ow, ow!"
Yeah.
That shit's fucking hilarious. It hurts so bad.
I tried to like find the documentary, like the making of Thriller, and I could not find it anywhere. Like
I think if you just type in Thriller Extended or something, because I remember when I was a kid on Halloween, it would come on. They would show the video and then they would show the making of, and that, like, you know, it
can't find it anywhere.
Like,
It's
there
not
was-
even on, like it's not
Had
rentable. on
pedophilia in it.
well, no, like this. I think this is pre-pedophilia. I think that was when he got light skinned. That's when it happened. Like, after the vitiligo kicked in, he was like, these
When he turned
kids.
into a white man.
Yeah, that's when he was still dating Brooke Shields.
I cannot believe he dated.
He dated Brooke Shields and
Presley girl.
In her book that came out, she said they definitely did it. They definitely had sex.
They consummated what once?
Like, nah, she said that they would have sex, like, but it was like I don't know her exact words, but it was like she was worried about it because she knew he hadn't had sex a bunch of times, like that type of shit.
Thriller.
I don't think she had the right equipment.
Yeah, I don't know. Like there was always this rumor that he was a castrato, like they had cut off his genitals as a kid.
My God.
Yeah,
I don't think that's true.
Oh, I don't think it is either, but you know, like they were like, that's why his voice is so high.
No, his voice is high because
There's
he
also,
was abused as a child.
Well, there's also a video, and it's him when he's on the Prohifol or whatever, like he OD'd on, and his voice is super low, and a lot of people were trying to say that's how he normally talked, and he put on the high voice to like sort of like.
I don't believe that either.
Yeah, like I think he was just fucked up on drugs, and his voice was probably lower because he's like, but that would be wild if he walked around most of the time being like, bitch, I'll fuck you up. There also is a rumor, and I've seen multiple people talk about this, that apparently during an award show at MTV, him and Tupac got in a fight, and Michael Jackson whooped Tupac's ass.
Yeah, that's totally not true. He would get killed.
Not Tupac's a little dude too.
Well, I don't. Speaking of that, I watched a video, and I love Tupac.
Watch your mouth, George.
He little as fuck.
Watch your mouth, George.
He is a tiny motherfucker.
I saw a video of him recently talking, and he seemed a little fruity.
I mean, he started off as an actor. He was a
he
background
was a dancer. He was like
for
a ballerina.
Digital Underground. If you watch the what's that fucking movie with Dan Aykroyd with the dick
It may be true.
Nothing but trouble.
Yeah,
Tupac's in that, and he fucking actually raps. That was like his first like appearance in like any type
all
of
around
movie.
the world.
Like if you watch these old videos when he was a dancer and stuff, he was like sassy.
Well, I know he went to like acting school and stuff like that. That's why he was such a good actor. Like he was a good actor. Juice was the shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I think it's about time, guys. I think
Time for bed.
Yeah, we got like 11 minutes left.
How many of my friends are watching?
I don't even know.
I didn't bore them all.
Man.
So, Megan, if people want to get embalmed by you, if they have a family member, they want to instruct them where to go.
Jones. You actually don't have to be embalmed, though. I'd be happy to help you with a cheap cremation. You can even order your urn from Amazon. You don't have to buy it from me.
You don't?
No. Wow. Absolutely not.
You get a Timu urn.
I tell everybody to use the Amazon.
Bottom
Why
load-
pay us
bottom
$300? There are something that you
There
can get
are
for
urns on
20 bucks.
Timu. I'm not even kidding.
Oh my God! Listen,
God
okay,
bless
this is my
the
one
Chinese.
last thing for today. I took a picture of it too. I'll have to send it to you guys. I was at Goodwill, my favorite place in the town of Front Royal, and this was a couple of days ago. And there was when you do a direct cremation, it usually comes with a standard urn. Ours are these black, and both of them are. That's a black plastic urn. They were selling a blank plastic urn that said urn on it with a sticker for $5.99 at Goodwill.
That's a steal.
Well, somebody's cremated remains were in there at some point. Somebody just took them out. But I'm like, damn, they're free.
Or they're still in there.
They're free at the funeral home. Goodwill just has no... Who do they think was going to buy that?
Me.
Somebody
It's
that
a
likes
black
oddities.
plastic.
I would have.
Definitely the convenience.
Maybe
I will buy that as a
I have a ton I can give you.
Definitely.
Yes, please.
I will buy that.
Give it to me.
Sorry.
Wow.
I was like, are we in the
I
Matrix?
told you I can't see my
Glitch.
voice.
No, that's fantastic. Jones Funeral Home. What's your IG tag if you want do any more?
Oh God, I don't know. I changed it because I'm trying to be not found.
Okay, never mind then. That's all you get.
Yeah.
That's all you get.
Louis also said embalmingfans.com.
Yes.
I am a good embalmer.
She'll embalm a foot on OnlyFans.
Actually, the Combs refer to family to me.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Very cool. Shout out to the Combs.
Woo!
Darren and Christy
If you need
Combs.
your vehicle towed, they towed my car. They're great.
They were on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, they were a good time. That was a really fun show. We had a lot of cops watching that night.
Are they watching tonight?
I bet they are. They know you're on the show.
Hey, Burner.
They're like the most recently armed person in Front Royal
they're like
out there.
They're writing down your
Most
words.
recently
They're sick of
armed.
me.
Yeah, they know. They know.
It's been swell.
Lita, where can we get a hold of your artwork and the goings on at Art Foolery?
I should have wore the earrings.
Yes.
Oh damn!
Right on the table in front of us.
Idiot.
Yes.
I bought some really cool earrings from her.
Yep. And they had they were one of a kind. They had
What are they called?
They were diaphanized.
Yeah, I don't know how to say the word. Yeah, they're really freaking cool.
It's a 2 to 3 week process of pulling out the color of bone and cartilage with use of chemicals. Yay, chemistry! So this is why you should pay attention to chemistry, like in chemistry class, because you'll learn this shit. And then you can buy the chemicals on Amazon. You would be surprised. You can actually buy all of the chemicals in making any sort of compound. Like the kind that will
we should
open up your third eye.
We should have some experiments.
So, anyways, if you want to look at my art, if you want to just peer at it, if you see something that doesn't say sold on it, you can hit me up. I might sell it to you. And also, I do commission work right now. I'm in the middle of working on a piece for this man's wife. I should be done with it by November. I'm pretty excited
Totally.
about it. So I'm in the process of antiquing the silver. I think people who are jewelers know what I'm talking about. But anyway, go to That Is Odd, all underscore on Instagram. You'll find my artwork there. Or you can follow me on my regular page, Lola on Loan, or Facebook. Look me up, Lita Diamond. I'm there too.
You're also going to make pretty soon your directorial debut.
Oh yeah, I made this really cheesy movie. It's so cheesy. It's so.
Is it done?
I'm gonna I'm probably gonna release it for tomorrow.
Okay.
So it's it's gonna be
I'm
before
excited.
Halloween. Don't worry.
Okay, man.
It's not Halloween night. I'm gonna definitely It's so goofy that I'm this is the trashiest
Listen.
thing, but it's so funny.
I couldn't walk straight for 2 days afterwards, so I hope it was worth it. All right. Spoiler alert!
So-
I got sodomized. No, just kidding.
yeah,
man.
Happy Halloween!
Yeah,
Happy Halloweener.
my directing debut. Hopefully the next one's better.
Yeah,
Wait, a movie or?
It's like a short clip.
Oh, okay.
it's an epic
so,
saga.
So it's PG.
Yeah,
yeah.
short clip.
It's hard R.
Hard R. R is what he means. We're pirates here. We're not racists.
Oh yeah, I think when Connor and Ace were on here, I was like, "It's Connor with a hard R, right?" And he was like, "What? No."
Yeah, it is. But it is. Oh man,
Chris,
yeah.
comedy.
It's happening. I'm not sure where I'll be in the well, I'll probably do, I don't know. I might do something at the open mic Catamount. It's crowd contingent, man. It's hard. It's a hard room when it's like two drunk hippies. And so it's just I love everybody else there, but we do have a show that is comedy centric coming up. That is November the 17th. We're gonna have John Yeager from the improv fame and the DMV champion of comedians, in my opinion, is going to be there. He is going to be performing as the headliner. We also will have Ace Jackson will be there, Angela Robinson, Pat Paulson, Jenner. What's that dog's name? Jenner. Oh man, sorry. You got me on my.
Louis says we should have Crack Blunt Dipper show next week.
Tina Songbird, myself, Brian Sargis. It's going to be a tight show. Benefits are going to be for hurricane displaced animals by way of the Humane Society. Chris Bishop is making us up a bitchin' poster.
Hell yeah.
Which we're going to be posting up all about town. We want to get people in. The money's going to be direct. We are going to QRC connect directly to the Humane Society, so we do not handle any of the donations.
Awesome.
Yeah, just because I don't want anybody seeing me in a Porsche next week and be like,
I knew it.
Because I got that Porsche because I'm about to sell some comics.
He got that 911 Carrera.
Yeah, just kidding. I'm gonna just pay off some bills, and then get rid of them. Get moving. Finally get this thing out of there. Anyways, what else is going on? Oh yeah, Catamount. We have Sunday night coming up. We're starting a new series, Sunday night series. We're going to be alternating different events. This Sunday we are going to be doing a adult show and tell. It is way less perverse than it sounds, unfortunately. But this week the theme is going to be secrets, and you can come and anybody can sign up. It's like an open mic. You come with an item of interest from your possession or something you recently stole.
A pair of underwear.
There you go. And that's
Only if they've been thrown at you.
Only been thrown at you, and they don't belong to you.
Right.
And so, if you want to come and give 5 to 10 minutes of a talk about this interesting item you have around your house, or you just recently stole or recently had thrown at you,
Somebody's gonna come in with a Hitachi wand.
I hope to God they do, man. I really do, because I've got a knot in my back that I could fucking really use a personal massager for.
I know. I'm
kind of
thinking
secret is that?
that's what I'm. I don't know.
My secret is
So
that
anyway,
I'm a sex fiend.
My secret is.
It's gonna be Sargis.
5 orgasms.
It's gonna be Sargis.
Yeah, he's like, I put this in my butt.
I modified it to be gas powered for extra horsepower.
We used to use this in the Coast Guard.
to ward off sharks. Yeah. So, anyways, it's gonna be if it benefits. It's a great cause. It's gonna be on November 17th. The show starts at I think we're in debates, but I think it's gonna be 7:30. Let's say 8:00. We'll be going. We're gonna put out the poster and the promotions tomorrow. Tina Songbird is going to be hosting it alongside myself, and then we are going to have a bunch of cool ass comics coming all around from the area, from all around the DMV. And it's Kevin Dodd. I forgot about Kevin Dodd.
Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin's coming off the bench, coming out of retirement. Dude, before we leave tonight, I got to show you his parody video that I'm not allowed to show anybody. And so I told him, he said I could watch. I get 48 hours to do what I want with it, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show these people. It's called My Ginger, and it's a parody of the song My. So. Anyhow, shout out to Kevin Dodd, man. I love that dude. I love everybody here too as well. So thank you all very much for rocking. George, take us out, baby.
So go over to Helltown Radio on all the socials. Go over to fucking Capital MMA. Get right. Learn how to not get strangled if you're in a dark alley by yourself. Also, every Monday night I host the open mic at the Catamount Lounge. If you want to fucking play music or you want to try comedy, it's an experimentation lab. Do whatever you want and have fun. And you'll see me, and I'll be camera ready and playing sad songs that sound beautiful, like me. All right. Remember, it's your week. You can suplex it, or you can lay on your couch. Suplex that shit.
Make sure it's on a bed so that if you die, you're easier to get out.
Yeah, please.
Fuck that. Shoot me out of a cannon to oblivion. We out, bitches.
Come on.
Bye-bye.
You